Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Wednesday! Welcome back to a fresh brand new week of Hazel streams, hot off the press. And it's a good one, because Love is in the Air is back. And I may have the old mount, but I don't got the new one yet. Ujai, thank you very much for the 54-month resub morning. Good morning, or good evening, as it may be. Good evening, Junior. Hi. Hello. Let's see, we want this one, and we definitely want toe oven today. It is wintry around here. It snowed, and then it snowed some more, and then it froze, and now it's very, very, it's not like a lot of snow outside, but what it is a lot of ice, because before it started snowing, it I guess it rained and froze or something. But the city right now is a little bit of a black ice rink, which is great as long as you are not having to go anywhere. And you can just kind of hobble around on the sidewalks and watch people who really believe a little too much in their all-wheel drive attempt to navigate roundabouts. Let's see. Any hot takes about the 2 Vroom Broom plus Tendies bundle? This is the first time hearing about it. This is brand new information to me. Hot takes. Hot takes. It's too cold out for hot takes. Do you like my transmog? I put her in a Love is in the Air one. I finally took her out of her swabby outfit. Or maybe it's just for a different spec. Imagine my surprise when I saw a 5-hour Twitch VOD from last week. Yeah, you know, it's a little WoW stream, a little Satisfactory stream. Just, you know, connected in the middle. Can confirm it's too cold. The hunters. You know, it's exciting for me. Couple of things. First of all, there's some new Love is in the Air stuff. Second of all, it's a new weekly reset, so I can take my 30 butts back into Blackwing Lair to try to make those pants drop. 2 mounts, 600 tender, 40 Canadian dollars. Too much for me. Nice for people that can drop the cash and some extra tendies. Yeah, I think I will be keeping my loonies for whatever it is that they're worth. Especially because there's one broom on the trading post that's available all month. As well as the color that I really want is the one that actually drops from... they don't seem to want to show it here for some reason, but the one that actually drops from the boss, the Love Witch Sweeper, that's the colorway that I want of the Vroom Broom, as it were. So I have been doing my once per day. I've been doing 1 kill per day. I haven't read anything about the event, but I'm assuming it's kind of following standard holiday boss drop rules in that you get a better chance in your first account 1 kill per day. And maybe it's just 1 chance in total. Anyways, I'm not doing it more than once a day. But it's not the only new thing I saw. I haven't looked up any guides or anything, but I did see that there were 2 new things here. There's this Living Rose pet that I can afford because I have some tokens from doing a couple days of the dailies and stuff. And then there's also a shoulder set. You can get the capes or you can have the spalders all combined within 140 token purchase.
Safe travels.
So I'm planning to buy those things, do my daily chance at the broom. And then other than that, it sounds like we might just have lots of time for... Actually, you know what? I'm going to buy the rose now because I can't afford it. I think we're going to have lots of time for Blackwing Lair. Neltally, thank you for the 19-month resub. Morning, Hazel and Chat. Wishing you a wonderful Wednesday. The Living Rose is so cute. It's pretty nice. When being adored, a living rose emits beautifully intoxicating aromas. When ignored, those aromas become actually toxic. Good grief. Oh dear. Oh lord. All right. Living rose. Let's pop it out. Why not? Oh, stick it on the bar, shall we? As you do. Is it big? Oh yeah, it's bigger than me. I am a gnome and I am this big and the rose is that big. It's huge. Try giving it a magical pet treat. I think it might eat me. Easy to get the rose pet and shoulders in one go. I've just been taking it real easy. I've just been doing daily on 1 character. I've been doing like 1.5 of these. I did a couple of these. I didn't do all of it. And I figure, you know, the events, I'm gonna have another 40 tokens by the end of the event. I want to queue up for the dungeon to try my luck. We're gonna healer queue. And we're gonna hope. Flabby already got the broom. So that makes me think that I have a chance. That rose would eat you. I named mine Audrey. If you don't get the pink broom when the event ends, you're gonna get the one from the trading post? Yeah, probably. I think that might be my compromise. I'd rather have the pink one, though. The pink one's definitely more my color. But I'm not messing with the shop ones, so it's probably one or the other. Or I guess neither, but... Well, we can do the flower picking thing, too. This is... I did not expect this pet to be so large. Why does it look so nice? Is it just like a lot of detail on the petals? Is it the shape of it? Is it the pulsing? The more I look at it, the more it's kind of freaking me out. It does quite the dance, you know? Like, I understand idle animations, because if something's standing completely still, you think it's broken. So it's nice when things breathe a little bit, but that thing is summoning something. It does look suspiciously like Audrey. I still have not seen that film. One day. Side profile. Fell in love with that thing. Look at the wee face. I know they're brooms, motorcycles. Does anyone else think the new mounts look like flying guns? That's a new one. Congrats on broom. Oh yeah, we're manifesting. Oh dear. You should still watch it right up your alley. I imagine that it is. Hi kitty cat, how you doing? You gonna come hang out in here with me? There's some construction or maintenance or something noisy happening on the outside of the building. And I don't know how long it's going to be going on for. I hope they finish whatever they're doing within a day or two, but who knows. And Kira and Moose are both like, oh, who is it? What do they want? How dare they do this during my nap time? Okay, so I'm taking my heart-shaped box. I'm getting out of here, and I'm going to go open it somewhere cute. You went up? Did I get my timely Busby? Ooh, no, not yet. I have to do some time walking for that. That's a good idea for me to do today, actually. But first of all, let's go find a cute place to... Maybe we'll do it in Grizzly Hills. Hi. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? But we should be able to... I think this is the last week for me to need to do it. So if I can crank out 5 of them today... Or not even 5, 4. 4 dungeons today. Then we should get that mount, too. Mounts for days. Alright, where am I going to open this box? I'm going to open it over here. Gosh, Oracle makes you look crazy. Alright, here's the box. You mean love armor. What do we get? Nothing. Eh, well, 3rd day of nothing. Grizzly Hills music. It's nice out here. I finally got my audio devices sorted out again so that I can hear it. I had 2 or 3 days of streaming where you guys could hear sound and I could hear nothing. And you know, you can kind of sort of make it work, but I'm glad that I finally got that sorted out. I just have... It's not like a hard fix, it's just that I have like a lot of different things plugged in that can be audio devices, and they all have very vague names. And the name of the correct one is something like really, really vague. So it's just, it's annoying. Glad to hear. Pun intended. Dragon Manuscript seems now to be the rarest drop from that event. I think it's probably all the things that is showing what comes from the box when I mouse over it, but it didn't tell me about the sweeper, and I know the sweeper can come from the box because I've seen it done. So maybe it doesn't know everything. Hi. Hello, how are you doing today? Happy Wednesday. Yeah, I got the Love Rocket. I think it was last year. It was whenever they first made the changes to the, like gave the buff to your first kill of the day kind of thing. Curious critter. Seems to like you. Well. But yeah, I switched, I changed up my mount bar so that I could ride this one around just so I can inspire all the people that are seeking it this year. Definitely not just show off. Yeah. No flexing, just inspiration. We're encouraging the people. You can have some flowers. That's good. How many tokens we got? 31. If I do one more daily, then I can buy the second piece of transmog, and then I really just have to do my one daily thing. It is always a nap. I always desire a nap. That is, I have never actually done the self-care quest and chosen anything other than the nap because I can't fight my truth, you know? Hate when the holiday comes around. So many years of not getting that mount is frustrating. 2 more mounts in that box. 2? I know about the this Love Witch Sweeper. What else do they got? Or do you mean the Dragon Armory? Because if there's another one, then I've got some. Well, actually, it wouldn't matter. I'm just gonna do it once a day anyway. The customization. Gotcha. That's not a mount. That's like a bow for a mount. Is daily still bugged? You can do it once, log in and out, or am I a year behind on that? I've not heard of that bug. I'm just gonna have my one go a day. Yeah, Dragon Saddle Sweeper Rocket, and I think that's basically the thing. Must have been last year. Yeah, so he gets out of bed. He's late. Sucks to be him. I'm taking my nap. Or am I keeping the Swabby title? You're right that it doesn't really go with the fit. I mean, we have Love Fool. That's timely. It's a holiday. Seasonal. That's what I'm trying to say. I think I have Beloved. That's a good one. Or Blossom Bringer. Chef, you know. All kinds of titles. Oh no, I think it's The Beloved. The Fabulous. The Insane. Oh yeah, The Loveful. That's what it was. Crazy Cat Lady. There's Beloved. I feel like that's a good one. That's a rep one, but you know, suits the theme. Temporary hex, but you are still swappy deep inside. We're going to turn this in, and we'll buy the transmog, and then maybe I should. Let's queue up for some time walking. It's TBC time walking, so that's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Those ones are fast, generally speaking, right? Like, I don't think that they're not gonna stick me in Black Morass or something. I don't think. Okay, there's my 41 tokens. So now I'm really, as far as I can tell, I'm caught up on tokens. It's funny, you've still got Lunar Festival going on over there. But I really should check a guide just to make sure that I am fully caught up. I guess I could check all the things as well. Maybe I should run an update and then check it to see if there's anything else on the list that I do not have. Because I'm pretty sure I have all the lovely roses and the outfits and whatnot. Here, we'll run the update. So many years of not getting the mount is disappointing. I like the Love Rocket name better. Hello, Hazel. Hello. Yeah, I don't really mind the name change, although I don't know if I think about it most of the time. I think I probably still call it the Love Rocket more often than not. So let me reload. Did you get lured to buy those 610Ds? No, not so much. No shame if you got them. No judgment from me. Just not for me. Enemy tanking style, where the tank runs through the dungeon, body pulling stuff, and if you DPS mobs, you die, and if not, they die. He sounds like you've got a, not an entrepreneur, an innovator. Where are we at? We're in the Botanica. I don't have, like, a weekly quest, but I'm not going to finish the weekly quest, so I don't think it much matters. Hey, Zell. Sorry. Hello. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. Hey, Hazel and chat. Hello. How you guys doing? You staying up right? It is so slippery outside. It's kind of tough for dog walking because Moose, my doggy, loves the snow. It snowed out and he is over the moon ecstatic. He has a great time. He wants to make all the yellow snow a little yellower. He wants to sniff all the paw prints to see who it was. He's having a ball. But you either have to, like, it's kind of a minefield avoiding the sidewalk salt, because it's not good for his paws, and but then, you know, if you're walking not on the salt, then you're walking on the snow, and it's fine if there's, like, grass under it, but, like, if you're walking on the ice, you gotta be real careful. the roads and the sidewalks. They're kind of sort of getting worked on, but they're pretty bad because there's a layer of ice under all of everything. So it's from the sounds of it. I haven't been driving because I'm not about to. I am neither equipped nor qualified nor motivated to get in my car until all of this thoroughly melts. But from the sounds of the posts from people that are out there driving, it's kind of Mad Max out there. Friend up there says you guys got wet snow, which I take is a bad thing. Yeah, it's just there's a lot of ice involved. Proper snow days from school aren't a thing anymore. Got a 2-hour delay in the laptop. Aw, man, they still make the kids... Yeah, I guess they've got the infrastructure for it. They make them log in. Kids here had a snow day. Had a snow day recently. I heard some neighbors talking in the street about how someone's kid broke their jaw sledding down the road. Yikes. I was thinking something about helmets, and I'm like, well, I don't know if a helmet would help you with your jaw. If you hit something with your face, I think your face is gonna take it. But it's wild out there. Time Walking Dungeon can have low-level tunes in it. You guys ever have like a big bone break like that as a kid? I know some kids just did it all the time. Like there was always that one kid in school that was like always in like a cast. I didn't. I was either careful or strong-boned or both. Had our first big snow in Texas back up to 80s Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Oh. Caterpillar habitat survived the freeze and is thriving since you all care. That's wonderful, Johnny. Are there... I'm assuming that if it's survived, that means that there may in fact be... Is it that the plants haven't died? Or are you like actually keeping caterpillars and it's like, yo, Hubert, you still in there kind of thing? Almost 30, never broken in a bone. Knocking on all the wood. You regularly get snow. Haven't had a good one for 10 years. Don't know what to do with it. So many accidents. Yeah, it's dangerous when it doesn't happen often. This city does not get a ton of snow. This city gets snow maybe once or twice a year. Some years not at all. Some years a little bit more. So there is infrastructure to deal with it, but it tends to be really wet and slushy and freezy and icy and sleet and hail and stuff like that. It's not like some places get a lot of snow every year, but it tends to be so cold that it's just dry powder. And it's generally just snow. Like it still sucks, but it's a little bit easier to deal with. This is very, very treacherous snow. But fine by me, because it doesn't happen for very long, and I'm just team stay home. We stocked up on groceries, so we're fine to just hang out. We can walk to shops if we need to, but should be all good. Got a dump of snow too, quite pretty now. Cold. Broke my arms 3 times as a kid, plus other stuff. Yeah, I don't know if I just wasn't very brave or outgoing as a child, or if it was all the milk, or both. I think it might have been both. I had a fractured clavicle once, as a young child, but I would have been pretty young at the time, and it didn't break all the way. Plants, no caterpillars in there, probably till summer. Going for a butterfly habitat certification this year for my backyard. Ooh, that's awesome. Wonderful. You might have been well coordinated. That doesn't sound true. Major medical accident. Oh, had my first surgery this last week. Flying out west. Of course, it's a day when we're expected to get a snowstorm system coming in. Oh yeah, that's right. Your trip. Do you like Volpera? Like as people? I'm sure people that play Volpera are wonderful to get to know. You know, delightful guests at dinner parties. As pets? What are we saying? I don't play many of the fully animal-based races. They kind of freak me out. I don't have a ton of Worgen, pandas, Volpera, etc. Simply because they have a 90% flip rate when jumping. But I don't have a problem with them out in the world or anything. It's just not the elf that I tend to hold on to. Did you ever see Nora's Machinima? No. You made a dragon for a year? Yeah. I was very relieved to not be a lizard anymore. I was not not wildly. I liked Evoker though as a thing. Pre-Voker was very fun. I would have stuck with it longer if the legendary had dropped for me, but you know, what are you gonna do? Second favorite race behind gnomes? I don't know. I don't really have like a tier list or anything. I have a lot of, we were looking at it. I have a decent amount of night elves. I have, I feel like I was checking this recently. I have a fair amount of night elves. I don't remember what, oh, trolls. I actually have a handful of trolls. Probably human. I have one or two, but I think I have more Darkspear trolls than I have humans. There we go. You do have Draenei's. Maybe it's just the races with fur. Draenei's don't feel like... I mean, I know they've got the whole hooves thing going on, but the rest of them seems... You know, like, if you see a Draenei, you're not like, bah, bah, that's a goat. You know. Also, I don't know if goats go bah. Goats make demon sounds while they chew in your hair. Space goat. Not going by volume. But the time you have spent on them in your Shadowlands main was a human. Oh, I see. I see. Goats go chomp chomp. Goats go thunk. Really love male Pandaren. Oh yeah. Am I doing PTR? War Within. I did raid testing. If that's what you mean. I did, I played the raid testing. I've seen the new bosses. I have some delightful footage. I think I jinxed it when I said that TBC dungeons are really short in time walking, and I got the longest one. Yeah, if gnomes could be evokers, I would maybe think about it, but I'm really happy being a gnome priest. I think I found my thing. I think I'm home. I figured it out, you know. I had to take a couple of detours to get to where I am, but better than Arcatraz. Your title rhymes? Does it? That's crazy. Uh-oh, that person has died. Can't save them all. Am I in combat? Sure I am. Been loving Arcane Mage. All the spells are pinkish. That's my favorite color. Never get Shadow Labs. The time walking pool is not every dungeon. The time walking pool is more limited than that. I'm kind of okay with no Shadow Labs though. I've run that dungeon. I don't know if I need to do it in time walking. Yeah, it's definitely not all of them. I feel like I can hardly differentiate between races or classes nowadays, maybe because of Mogs. Yeah, I think a lot of Mogs are very... Oh, I got some transmog. Stuck in combat, can't res. Let's see. Anyone seen the most deaths ever in Crown Chemical? The floor gunk packs a wallop now. No, not yet. But maybe that's because I've been healing. Kidding. Well, I've only done it 3 times. I think I've just got lucky. Plus, the first 2 times I had Flabby with me, so he deletes the bosses before anybody really has a chance to stand at anything. I am making raid guides for the upcoming raid tier. That is true. Comp Stomp AI has been geared the heck up, too. Oh. Alright, what do we got? I kind of want to just just get through these time walking dungeons, because then I'll be done with Turbulent Timeways, I think. I think this is Busby week. When the flat bomb doesn't drop dead when you look at it. How dare they? Do they know who we are? Yeah. Oh, I got a Spore Bat soul. I got a... what? I guess I'm still Night Fae if I'm getting soul shapes to drop. How difficult is Holy Priest? Not very. It's fine. It's like anything in WoW. You know, you can play it reasonably well with like an afternoon's worth of looking into it, and then you can play it really, really well if you believe in yourself and have a nice little rocky training montage. War Within Season 1. Nope, we're doing time walking. That's the stuff. Thanks for informing me that Comp Stomp is up. Time to farm PvP mocks. Oh, my bags are full of garbage. And this one. And these ones. Vendor those. I mean, I could have disenchanted it, but that's fine. Nobody wants a primal nether. Nobody wants a primal nether. Get this. Get rid of some of these. Clean up a little space. I'm very excited to get into Blackwing Lair today. But, you know, gotta do your chores first. I don't gotta, but it'll be nice to get through some of this stuff. Once I can get rid of here, Sun Fury Signets. This auction memory socket's driving me nuts, because I know they are valuable. Well, are they actually? Someone's posted. No, there's none up for that price. I'll take 2K for it. Hazel, why don't you play Classic? Why don't I play Classic? There's a lot of games I don't play. It's because I'm playing this one. I only have room in my brain for like 2 or 3 games at a time, and right now I'm into retail and satisfactory. I unlocked nuclear power, and I was looking into the flowchart for how I would go about crafting uranium fuel rods in satisfactory, and then I decided that it was really past time for bed. How many cow halves have you tenderized before you were good at Holy Priest? I'm trying to believe in myself to figure this one out. How many cow halves? What's a half a cow? To have a cow is like to pitch a fit, but that's probably not where you're going. Tenderized. What is it called when you tenderize meat? You get the big hammer with the spikies on it. You go bung, 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 bung. A Rocky montage. Oh, you got me, actually. You caught me. I've never actually seen Rocky. I just know that there's a famous training montage. I did not realize that he tenderized half a cow. That's kind of violent. A side of beef, among other things. Gotcha. I've been found out. Thank you for clarifying insatisfactory. Yeah, please do not add me to any government lists. Several halves of cows in lieu of a boxing sack. Oh dear. Hazel, why don't you play Tetris? How come you're not playing Doom? You know? The whole world of Doom esports is just right there. Why do you hate it? You see Hello Kitty Island Adventure? I've heard of it, but I've never actually seen... Like, I watched a speed run of it once at GDQ. And by watched, I mean had it on the screen very late at night while I was kind of fuzzily not really paying attention. Suddenly a Doom Eternal stream. Yeah. It's usually easier to figure out why you do things and why you don't do things. There's too many things that you could be not doing at any given moment in time. Wonder if you would like to play Doom. I wouldn't expect so, but I actually, you know, I don't know a whole lot about it in modern times. I did enjoy a minigame that was a Doom ripoff that I had as one of my PC games as a kid, so maybe, I don't know. Is your cast bar really off? Oh yeah, it's definitely not centered. I don't usually worry too much about my UI being symmetrical or balanced or anything, as long as stuff's vaguely on my screen. Just asking. Yeah, it's somewhere. Between my WoW UI and my Satisfactory Factory, it's occurring to me that I am not very much an organized person. I have fits of wanting to be organized. I have the capacity to organize things, but I do not have enough follow-through to live the life. I can talk the talk and I can walk a demo, and then I can go back to having things be pretty messy. Doom 2016 onward. Yeah, can't say I've tried it. Doesn't quite go with the vibe of the stream. Anything that involves any kind of twitchy first-person shooting is usually a no-go for me. I was able to deal with Overwatch because there were enough heroes that weren't really shooting-based to kind of get me into it. And then I was able to play the shooting ones later, as long as the lobby was filled with people that were sleeping. You and crew played Chained together? No, never. I accidentally pulled. Alright, no, I didn't accidentally pull. I got feared into this. Not my fault. And for people that played Doom when they were kids, the shooting isn't twitchy at all. Oh, there you go. What's Chained together? Anyone know if you have a high chance of getting mounts from Love is in the Air on a second character? I would imagine not. I don't know anything for sure, though. Told that favoring asymmetry indicates a more creatively inclined mind. Don't know how true it is, but I'll take it. Yeah. I'm at a point in my life where it doesn't really matter what's indicated about me. What matters is what I'm gonna do. I don't want to talk about Love is in the Air. Oh, I'm sorry, Zoldak. You're chained to your friends trying to jump your way out of hell. Oh, Lord. That doesn't sound great. I don't have, oh no, hang on, I have apotheosis. I was gonna say it's an emergency and I don't have any tools, but I have tools. Everything's fine. Many jumps. Not one jump, it's a lot of jumps. Goes in the same vein as like Overcooked. Yeah. Platforming kind of rules it out for me. I'm not a big fan of jumping. My new favorite thing is in Satisfactory, we've unlocked the hover pack, and I love it very much, and it's going to be very hard to play other files that do not have the hover pack yet. The box specifies that the mount cannot drop on subsequent characters for the day. Oh, there you go. People do love jetpacks. Well, the jetpack is one thing. The hover pack does not rely on you continuing to like go up and down. You can literally hover like a helicopter or like a hummingbird or something like that, but like indefinitely. It's like WoW swimming in Z space, but like faster. It's amazing. You have to be near your power grid, and it consumes power on the grid, but it means you don't have to carry fuel for it, or you don't have to consume and like keep restocking fuel for it. And then you can like go really high and just like stay put so that you can like get a sky view to build from. It's amazing. Hoping they stop including achievements that require specific world quests for meta achievements. Waiting for 2 in Ashkahet for over a month now, and I've finished everything else for You Shall Not Pass. What were the Ashkahet world quests that you needed? Or that were needed, I guess I should say. Because I did the achievement, and I remember needing world quests for in other areas. I don't really remember any Ashkahet ones. I played It Takes Two. Flabby and I did a complete playthrough. It was really fun. The Worm Theory is the name of the achievement. Worm Theory. Oh, yeah. I see. I'm sorry to hear that. You're right. Stand corrected, like a man in orthopedic shoes. Oh. Nah, it's I think that your idea to assume that I haven't seen or played something is a really safe plan. It's a pretty random chance that we played that one. We talked about playing it again one day and swapping the roles, so we'd play the other characters, but we never got around to it. We've just been playing other stuff. We played that off stream. We played that off stream for sure. I was going through my personal troubles of 2021. I needed to game. Did you know there are 3 of those? I did not know. Marking on calendar. Ujai was wrong. Are we gonna like note it as an annual holiday or what? Wrong constantly? As are we all. One thing about you is I don't know if you've ever been like confidently wrong. At least not in chat. I feel like you've got a pretty good read of like when you know it's worth hedging your statement. Try not to be. Yeah. Yeah, I can deal with wrong. I'm wrong often, and I'm sure sometimes I am confidently wrong, and it's frustrating. But it drives me batty when people like present like a lot of confidence behind a statement that they can't back up and then are wrong about. It's frustrating. It just makes you discount their word. I got vengeance. You got vengeance. Congratulations. It's amazing. Obstinately wrong. Confidently wrong all the time. Fan of hilariously wrong, personally. This fence is just very cozy. Fencing. You are finished with Sylvanas, huh? Or is that the jailer? No, it's Sylvanas, right? Yeah, yeah. I too have got a lot of vengeance. I can turn in to Shatrat. How long does it take you to complete? Husband and I have been playing on and off in ages. I can find out because I can check my Steam played of it because we only played it once, so my played amount would be about the same time. Vengeance is all the rage. Vengeance is the black dragon hawk from Sylvanas in Shadowlands. Alright, so if I search Takes Two. Oh yeah, I had the Friends Pass because Flabby bought it. 12.3 hours. We did it in 12.3 hours. Not a crazy long game. We were like immersed the whole time though. We definitely didn't do it in one sitting. I think we did it across like a week or so. And then after It Takes Two, we tried to do other like work together with your friends to solve puzzle games. I think there was one. Chad had recommended some. I forget what they were called. There was a whole series of work together to solve puzzle games. And we couldn't do it. We Were Here. It might have been We Were Here. And we tried to play We Were Here. But it was like way harder. And also, I think at that point it was like 4 in the morning. And I think we were wasted. I think we were very drunk. And we were like trying to figure it out. And it was not getting anywhere. Jordan Ada, thank you very much for the 16-month resub. I'm back. What's new? It's been like a year. Welcome back. What's new in the last year? What's new? WoW things, probably. I've started a grand project of mod collecting in all the things from top to bottom, so we're clearing out, like, Blackwing Lair is the current raid that I'm trying to finish collecting mod from. I got engaged. Did confuse It Takes Two with We Were Here? We Were Here is the game with 3 installments. Gotcha. Yeah, We Were Here was too hard for us. We haven't tried it sober, so maybe that's something to look into, but I think by then I was kind of over the concept. We like playing survival games. Time walking, find a group. And then Shatrath. You'd think I would have all the portal locations memorized by now. You'd think. Congrats, show ring. Here. I have, focus. Wow. It usually looks on a little better than this. Hang on. Wow, it's not working very well. I can show you a picture of, we went to try on wedding bands, and we picked out the wedding band that I was going to wear. I have a photo of that on my computer here somewhere. Also, I have a bunch of photos. I know I haven't put up a member video yet, but I've got Moosey's snow day photos. Or videos. It was not that one. Actually, here. This is a cute picture too. I didn't post this one, but I was sending this to friends and family and stuff. That was the ring because it has Moosey in it too. Also, I heard my time walking thing is a marquee, is a rose gold. Sparkly. Like it very much. Zoldak, thank you for the 39-month resub. Vengeance to me. Have you played Fred and Bread? I've not heard of it. No. Game to rage with your partner for sure. Is Flabby more or less snarky when drunk? Flabby is sassy and kind of vicious when drunk, but not to his friends, but like Flabby generally, sober Flabby is like pretty magnanimous, you know? He's pretty humble, he's pretty modest. He's pretty chill. He's not gonna like bully people or you know, try to flex his, I don't know, game skills or game wealth or whatever it is. But then when he's drinking, and he still won't do it to people. I've never seen him actually like bother anybody. But like in Discord, he will. Whoa, oopsies, that's my fault. I pulled. Whoops. He gets really sassy. He'll start getting sassy. Oh, gorgeous, congratulations, thank you. Ever since you made it back to BC, you seem happier than ever. I really like it here. I'm so happy I came home. Is that the first picture of a part of Mystery Partner? I don't think so. Well, maybe for public facing. Member videos have had little snips and snaps here and there. There'll probably be more in this month's video because he's like in the Moose video. Dungeon Keep Up made me look. Sorry. We've got two buffs. This is dungeon 3 of 4. What we know of partner, they have a hand. Can confirm at least one hand. Yeah, I don't, I'd say, we're somewhat private. We have, in the members video, Hazel, what are the member videos? Well, it's late for one, but on YouTube, in lieu of doing a Patreon, instead of doing a Patreon, I do the YouTube members tiers, where if people want to have like an extra sub for some extra stuff, there's a little home video that I do every month. I couldn't decide what it was going to be. I was trying to make a video of me hand making dumplings for Chinese New Year. And I recorded myself like folding them and rolling them and making them, and then I like completely forgot to get any footage of any of the rest of the process. So then I gave up and I pivoted to the Moosey Snow Day idea. Hazel dating Captain Hook confirmed. Hi, kitty cat. Hi. How you doing? You staying warm? I don't even know if you know that it's snowing. Moose knows that it's snowing. Moose has been losing his doggy mind. Captain Hook explains the fishing. Sure she can smell it. Oh, sweetie. She's been good. She seems alright. She's been doing well. She seems pretty stable. Hi, sugar bean. Made a strawberry tart with custard on top. Probably the hardest recipe I've ever had to make. A total success. That sounds amazing. That sounds like my dream dessert. I love custard. I love pastry. I love fruit. Chair, please. Chair. I was gonna bake something yesterday, but then I just laid around and played Satisfactory all day. We had like a real cozy weekend. Holy moly. Didn't really get out to go anywhere aside from just like walking around with the dog because of the snow and the ice and stuff. On Monday, it hadn't really gotten super snowy yet, so I took a bus into town to go to yoga. And then yesterday I stayed home, and this morning I stayed home as well. I'm going to do yoga from home for a few days. I could take buses, but also I could just stay far away from the roads in general for another... It's not like it's going to stay bad for very long. It's Victoria. It's not like this is going to be like a month-long thing. Dorenzo, thank you for the 3-month resub. 4 pieces, gave 1 to neighbor. She keeps harassing me to give her more. Buses in the snow. They are more safe than me driving. But they're definitely... I would feel a little stressed about relying on it because sometimes the routes do get canceled or they're later or earlier, more off time than normal because of how chaotic the roads are. So I feel like if I can stay home, I should just stay home. But yeah, I'm sure the major bus routes were kind of priority for getting plowed, so those roads are probably relatively clear? Question mark? But yeah, I did not end up baking anything. I soaked some beans so I could make some chili, but I didn't even make the chili yet. I started reading like the preview of a book that was about circadian rhythms in humans and the importance of stuff like that to do with your daily routine and when you should eat and when you should sleep and whatever, when you should be getting light. And I was like kind of sort of early in reading this, and I was like skimming it to try to get like the deets, you know, the key info. But of course it's like a book, so the skimming's only going to go so far. And also I was reading this after having taken like a 6 p.m. nap while I was procrastinating making dinner. And I was like, I have a feeling that the punchline that I'm looking for is going to tell me that I should have eaten earlier and not taken that nap. It's a Phoenix hatchling. I need one more of these dungeons. Challenge spouse to make my favorite cake today. Is it true? That's a great question. The intro to the book certainly didn't seem to think so, but I haven't read the whole thing. I always have to, whenever I'm reading a book that's like a sort of a self-help or a personal health book and it's written by Dr. So-and-so, I always go online and I Google Dr. So-and-so to find out, like, to try to figure out, you know, are they an actual researcher with a body of science and like peer-reviewed studies that they're performing and referring to, or is this, you know, like a toe surgeon that's decided he's going to tell you how you feel kind of thing. You know, there's doctors and there's doctors. And sometimes it's generally good to kind of vet them. What am I doing? I'm queuing up one more time for this one. This person seemed fairly credible. What am I doing? I'm going to Shattrath so I can turn in my my swirling vial. That's what I was doing. After playing WoW since day one, for the first time at Respect the Healer a few days ago. That's a long time. How did it go? Usually have it in my coffee in the afternoon. Been getting into baking. Brownies are next. According to Google, of course. Is this your final week for the time walking mount? I believe so. Let me check. Or we can just do this dungeon and then find out. I'm pretty sure. I don't believe I missed a week, so this should do it. Oh. Alrighty. I wonder if I'm going to disconnect when I get out of this dungeon, because I got into the dungeon like in midair while off my mount, I think. Alright, this should be a nice fast one for the last one, huh? Monks, so quite the adjustment. So far, mostly time spent on target dummies. Excited about it, nervous for pugs. Few more within dungeons for guilties. You got this. I feel like the best thing with pugs is to do your best, take nothing personally. That's all you can do. They don't know you in person, don't take it personally. That's what somebody somewhere said once, and I've rather taken that to heart. Way different than tanking, that's for sure. I love it, but I love a good whack-a-mole. Got my war within, or time walking, pardon me. Got my time walking beam out yesterday, did save the buff, run it once a week thing. Oh! Someone told me that didn't work, and I've been doing 4 dungeons every week. Oh well. I only did 1 a week. I've been had. It works to save the buff. Oh, man. Someone told me it didn't work. This is what I get for listening to people. Never listening ever again. Got it yesterday after doing 1 dungeon and a leveling ult who just needed the buff refreshed once. Yeah, I knew that worked last time around, because that was how I got the first time walking mount. Kept you not logged out? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that next time then if they ever do another one. That's my fault. Whoopsies. Not the end of the world. We got some extra time walking badges. It was only an extra 3 dungeons a week. It's not like it took very long. Whoa. Kind of surprising that the buff would have run out. Because it lasts for like 2 hours or something, right? Like, I know I did do some... I guess I did Siren Isle as well. I did Siren Isle and I did Blackwing Lair on this character. Maybe that... Maybe I was logged in long enough for it to time out, or maybe I died or something. I don't know. Might last through death. 3 hours? Yeah, I don't know. Oh well, doesn't matter. This dungeon should do it. I've been keeping an eye on real estate listings, and I keep seeing some that I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty close to what I'm looking for. I would love to go see it, except that, like, I can't go see anything because I'm super snowed in. But I'm still tormenting myself by, like, looking at listings. I also had like a half-hour phase where, when it was snowing, where I'm like, snow's fun. Maybe I should live somewhere where it snows all the time. What much does a house cost in Prince Rupert or whatever? Let's go to... the answer is not very much. And apparently there's no realtors out there because everybody's listing their own houses for sale. Snow is fun. Yeah, I think that winter in Prince Rupert would be a big adjustment for me, but I don't think I couldn't do it. I think I would have a lot of learning to do in the first couple of years. I love watching snowfall. After that, I wish it would just poof out of existence. The urge to go bury yourself in a cave and grow your own vegetables so that you don't have to worry about other people. Oh, another transmog. Surprised I need appearances from these, but I guess we haven't gotten this far in our mod collecting yet. Margaret. Thank you for the 27-month resub and fixed. Ads be gone. We live in a society. We sure do. Oh, man. I did a little too much doom scrolling this over the past week. I'm not going to get into it because of stream rules, and also because it's not a good idea to get into it. But I was kind of stressed. I should just stop scrolling and focus on my own health. Lots of doom out there, yeah. Oh boy. But yeah, good news is the snow made my puppy really happy. He had a wonderful time. And he's been taking the most solid naps. Like, he always sleeps really good, but he's been getting home from these snow walks and he just passes out because he had so much fun and he was so excited and he got so much sniffing and playing and, you know, information from all of his travels. But every time he's outside that he comes home and he's just like, moose down. Shadow Snake, thank you for the 15-month resub. Bad week for dream scrolling, stream itself. Yeah, I can't do a whole lot, and I think that feeling like you don't have control is one of the things that makes people very, very anxious, myself included. I can't control a whole lot. I can vote in my own elections, which I've been doing, and I can try to make this a nice place where we can hang out and, you know, pretend everything's 2016 again. Or 17 or 18 or whenever things were okay. 2012? 92? I don't know. Funny meme about how you can only truly doom scroll if you're located in Mount Doom. Sometimes I think about the things that my dog knows. And that makes me feel better, you know. My dog's not going to be anxious about any oh, there's my Busby. About anything that I would be doom scrolling about because he doesn't know because he's a dog. You know, he just knows that I gave him a big old hug and a nice snack and that we cuddled together and we watched dog videos. What was I watching with him? He likes watching TV, and he especially likes it when there's dogs or cats on the screen. So I've been watching a lot of dog YouTube videos as well because they make me feel better. I watched We Rate Dogs had a best dogs of 2024, and I actually like ugly cried by the end of it. It was so good. And I'll put on like the dog videos, and Moose will just come sit up on the couch and he'll like put his chin like on my knee or something like that, and we'll just watch them together. Cat likes girl with dogs. I was watching a lot of that too. Moose gets a little worried about girl with dogs because when she's grooming the dogs and the cats and they're crying because they don't want to go in the bath, Moose is like, why are they torturing that dog? Like, someone get that puppy out of there. Like, he's worried about them. And I'm hoping that he'll watch it and see that they're just having a bath and that it's fine. Because he seems to show a lot of understanding about what's on the screen. Even when there's no sound, he'll still follow if there's an animal on the screen. So maybe he understands. All right. I am not doing that.
Hello.
Is there anything I want to buy? Oh, there's a mount. Do I want this mount or do I want to save it up for a different mount? Oh, there's a pet too. Goodness. This is terrible. I'm never going to have enough stuff to keep up. This kind of goes in my dress. Oh, man. Because I know I'm missing a few time walking mounts that they've added in the meantime. I think I was saving up for the Cursed Urzel, the like boiled looking one. One of my dog videos went mini viral on Instagram a little while back. Mom showed my cats made for cat videos. She seemed to like it. Finally got bird feeders. Today we were chosen as a good snack spot. Oh, nice. Sometimes, we put on a video that was, I think it was for cats, but Moose was watching it. It was like a bird feeder cam. And it was like a 12-hour video, so I was just going to put it on for Moose, then I was going to go do something else. But then I put it on, and then we just end up sitting there watching it along with him. And what I discovered is that chipmunks are very, very, very adept at getting to the food first and taking all of it. There would be like birds that would kind of show up, but the chipmunks would be there first, and they would just like stuff their cheeks, literally, with like everything they could carry, and then they would just come back for loads. Because I guess they were stocking it up somewhere, but like it was just very funny because the video is like 80% chipmunks. Do I want to buy this mount or do I want to wait? I want to buy this mount. Congratulations to me. One new mount. Actually, 2 new mounts because we got a timely Busby. Let's check out the Busby. They're so cute too. And we don't have any on the island. We had them in Oregon, but there's none here on Vancouver Island. We have squirrels. We have legions of squirrels. Squads of them, even. Amani Hunting Bear. This is my new one. We also have the Battle Bear. This is the Hunting Bear. And then Timely Busby. So happy to finally have a bumblebee mount to my horde character. Yeah, that's a nice bee. Nice classic bee colors, you know. Have a friend who's into bird watching and it's weirdly fun. More than you would expect. I love bird watching. The only reason that we're not allowed to have bird feeders here that are like seed feeders because of rats. The city's got, it's basically if you have bird seed, you're gonna get rats. But I can have a hummingbird feeder, so I do that. Cute bee. That is a nice bee. All right. Let's start with Blackwing Lair. Do I want to do it on this character? Not really. Let's take her home for the moment. And then we're gonna get onto a hunter probably, because they're nice and fast. And get back on my transmog grind. I need one piece of mog from Blackwing Lair. It's a pair of pants from Flamegore. And they have been insanely stubborn so far. But it's a fresh week and we got 30 fresh chances. And I think I'm going to start in the hunters because they are nice and fast at doing this. So let's log on this one, take her out there, and then have at it. All the characters are organized more or less by class right now, with some priests hanging at the bottom because those are not primo farming classes. But I think when we get to doing whatchamacallums, AQ, I might rearrange it and have like one of each class that we do first before we do any dupes of the classes to make sure that I'm getting reputation on at least one character of each class. Anyway, for non-priests anyways. I'm pretty sure I have all the priest AQ mug, but other classes I'll need to have at least one that's like the rep getter that wants to do the things. Cute cobra. Like, thank you. I haven't looked at the emissaries recently. Sometimes they don't want to show up right away. Oh, there we go. Champions of Azeroth Tortolan, Talongee's Expedition. I know. Talongee's Expedition. I betcha we could just kind of do that kind of quick. Like, I know that it's not Blackwing Lair, and I do want to see if we're going to get these pants. But also, I think I'm going to get a rep cache. Talongee's Expedition. Yeah, we'll get a rep cache for doing this. This will be good. It'll be worth it. I swear. I'm going to fly us up there. We'll do 4 world quests real quick, and then we'll get a chance at, I believe it's a toy? Here, we can start up here. As a classic, Andy, everything from AQ is hideous, and I hate how my completionist brain also needs to collect it. I ground out the AQ class sets. Rep was much faster. Only need to honored. Okay, that's good. You'd think because of my other preferences. Would love having characters of the same class next to each other, but I don't like it when there's 2 in a row. I have to space them out. For bird people, we had 2 northern flickers feeding in the yard this morning. Oh, I love those. I love them. They're gorgeous. We have a bunch of them here. Usually if you hear a sound where you're like, is that a hawk? It's not a hawk, it's a flicker. Only have the collection bug for one thing. Battle pets. Everything else you... My pet collection is starting to seem a little incomplete. Got 1833 uniques. There's 35 pets that I could get. There's all kinds of stuff. I don't even know, really. Castle Thaumaturgy. Like, I have, like, a past version of me would have had all of this in a spreadsheet with, like, an action plan for everyone. Simmery has 1837. That's quite a few. That's more than me. That's 4 more than me, to be exact. Wish I knew birds' names. I use the Merlin Bird ID app to look up birds. It's very good. It has a bunch of different ways that you can find out what it is, or you can just scroll through likely birds in your area until you find a picture that looks kind of like it. But when you do that enough, you start to learn the big players. 1869. Oh. Have this fish identification guide for birds. What if it's out of date? Maybe birds have evolved since then. Some of them might have been reclassified. Sometimes that happens with that kind of thing. We have some old fishing guides from like the 60s that are for our local area that are really interesting to look through, but they're not super useful because back in the 60s there were fish. You know, we hadn't ruined them yet. And there are not as many wild fish anymore, and they aren't necessarily coming to the same spots. Mom got a bird feeder with smart technology to determine what bird is feeding. Does she like it? Does it work? That sounds really fascinating, but also like the kind of thing that would break. I don't know. Alright, there's one world quest. Haven't been able to get much out of it, being in the dead of winter. We get a fair amount of birds all year round here. Some of them migrate and some of them don't. You could read The Complete Angler, see how fishing has changed since it was published in 1653. Wow. That is old. That would probably be difficult to read at this point. The the ones from the 60s and 70s often have little cartoons and like the occasional wife joke that is just, I mean, it's funny, but also it's like, really? I guess so. Love the feeling of only needing to farm newer ones. So tired of running some of these old raids every week for years on end. Venom Jaw. So 2 more world quests. We'll do that one and then we'll do probably to Zane. Yeah, good. It's great that you can come out here and you can, on most days, if you have an emissary to do, you can just find 4 kill 1 boss quests. Also, I got a transmog for that. It's excellent. You can just find 4 mobs to kill and then have done with it.
Well done. My scouts
Yeah, I feel you on the cash shop pets and or cash shop promos and completionism. I just consider anything that is just a cash grab for them dead to me. I just don't count it. I know that's hard, and I do have some shop and cash pets and promotion pets and whatever, but like if they put one out, I give myself full leeway to not worry about it, because otherwise I've just given them like a cheat code to my wallet. Hard for my brain. Pet collecting is that little mini project that I'm super passionate about in the game. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know those promotions that you're talking about. They're egregious. It seems like a strange thing to do like a pet collecting promo on because, or just, I don't know. I feel like gaming peripherals, you buy them when you need them. I don't know, they can do whatever they want, I suppose. Okay. Let's turn this in, and we're hoping for, I forget exactly what drops from this box that I don't have, but I'm gonna find out when I get one. I forgot about the Brutosaur the second it left the shop, and my wallet sighed in relief. Okay. And then we're gonna go to Blackwing Lair. And maybe it'll just drop the pants right away, and then we can start getting everybody set up outside of AQ. Wasn't thrilled about the Mountain Dew one either. Yeah.
Show me your coin, and I will show you my wares. Best
Supplies?
boots in the Empire, right here.
Supplies. So this box, it has a chance for a toy, I'm guessing? Toy box? A toy called Fur de Blood God. Trade your blood for the blood god, be disguised as a blood troll for 15 minutes and a 1-hour cooldown. So that's what I'm hoping to get out of this box. Drum roll, please! No, not this week. But that is why we're coming out here and doing these emissaries, is so every now and then we can open another one of those and hope for the best. Okay, Blackwing Lair time. Hope has failed. Close. Hazel, I had to take a quick break from work to tell you that your playthrough of Satisfactory on Sunday got me hooked. I am obsessed now. You're welcome, and I'm sorry. It's so fun. It's so fun. It's like one of those dangerous games that I have to put rules on myself of when I am and am not allowed to boot it up, because I know I'm not going to turn it off when I turn it on. I do not have self-control with that one. Send me into Blackrock depths. I do not have the new love event mount yet. I want it. I have last year. I have the old one. Do you think we're like an expert now at running Blackwing Lair? Like we're just gonna smoke through it really fast? Me either. I was on so late, but it's so good. The more you do it too, the more you want to do everything that you just did over again, but like better or differently or something. I've got kind of like a mad scientist laboratory that I'm working in right now in Flabby and I's file, where I have like a bunch of manufacturers and assemblers, and then like a random assortment of storage chests all over the place that I'm like manually stocking up with mats, and I just keep like deleting and reconnecting belts all over the place to like make different combos of things, and I just hang out there and I feed my machines because I'm not very... Because I haven't fully automated some of these things yet. Because I'm like, wait, I just need 46 of these. Made the mistake of watching a YouTuber build a factory. Gosh, those people are just doing something very different for me. But I find the tips videos are really good because you're gonna find little things that make your whole experience a lot easier. So I'm gonna dismiss my pet, and then I'm gonna head in. Yeah, with the pink machines. That's the game. That's Satisfactory. Very fun automation crafting game. Hello, Mr. Sonic Gen. How you doing? Okay, we're hoping. Hang on. We're hoping for Light Guards of the Fallen Crusader. Fingers crossed. Like the Chaos Gremlin videos is Satisfactory. It's fun troubleshooting. I kind of like in Satisfactory, you know, you'll have like a little area and it'll be jammed up, like it won't be working. And I love the following the trail to figure out what happened and how to fix it. Like if you were really, really good at the game, I guess that would never happen because you would just set everything up perfectly from the get-go. But when you're learning, all kinds of things are going to make your belts back up or your machines stop or whatever. And I like that process of being like, well, this isn't working. Why not? And like, you know, you can literally follow the trail to see what the holdup is. It's really fun. I already took an elevator ride to the sky. Yeah. So we were sending off one of the milestones. You know, in that game, you collect materials and then you submit them to unlock more stuff. And one of the ways you do that is with milestones. And when you submit one, a little drone thing actually takes off. Like a pod actually takes off from your hub and goes to space. And Flabby was like, hey, you should write it up. And I am too gullible. So I got on top of it when it was leaving. And then I wrote it up to space, where I predictably died. But then my death crate holding all of my rather valuable materials that I had on me was stuck up in the sky. So Flabby built like an insanely tall tower, and we were like piping power up there so I could hover up there on my hover suit so that we could try to recover it right on the edge of like the death zone. I don't know why the crate didn't spawn on the ground, but we did get the stuff back.
3, 2, 1.
And he was like, well, I thought you would jump off of it at some point. Like, well, you thought wrong. New year ahead. All right, let me get through. Let me get through here, and then we'll do one fire maw attempt. I kept saying flame gore. I meant fire maw. Fire maw has the legs I need, and then I'll read the new post. But the thing that I've really been enjoying in Satisfactory lately has been setting up more little mini factories to make some composite parts, even just to stock up on them, so that later on when you're making more advanced composite parts, you're like, well, at least I have a steady supply of blank thing. So I have a motor factory and I have a computer factory. So those things, at least, I'm kind of perma-producing. Okay. We do this. Lovely camouflage. Appreciate it very much. Go Gadget Hunter. Do. Stuck on the exact same pants. We're gonna make it happen. I will run all 30 characters this week if I have to. Don't think that I won't. Come on, Firema. Do it. Da-da-da. Nope, not that time. Alright, well. I'm just gonna leave that be. Let's pull up this new post. World of Warcraft. As I am also stuck on these, I'm becoming suspicious. Yeah, if I do another 30 attempts this week and I don't get the pants, then I'm gonna start having some feelings. I wonder at what point I like actually consider it broken. And at what point we give up and move on. Because I don't ever want to give up and move on, but you know. Alright. We got a new update just posted, fresh off the press. A word on World of Warcraft for 2025. Greetings, citizens of Azeroth. As many celebrate Lunar New Year all around the world and in Azeroth, we want to take a moment to pause, reflect on 2024, and share more of what we have planned for 2025. Happy you're here. Thank you for supporting the Revan Pack. Thanks for your feedback. We're going to keep trying. Classic players, we're aware that you live. We're dedicated to continuing to listen to your feedback. We remain committed to always being in conversation with you. Listening, watching, and being as transparent as possible. Yeah. Road ahead couldn't be more exciting as we move ever closer to the next chapter in the World Soul Saga, World of Warcraft Midnight. We have more to share as we continue to move through the War Within, as we progress through the year. During the Direct in November, we released a teaser for one of the new features we're looking forward to bringing, housing. We found it hard to keep it a secret. Senior excitement made it all worth it. Housing is more than a feature to us. No matter what we create, sorry, I don't know why I'm doing this cynical voice. It's the community that will help define how housing gives everyone a place in Azeroth to truly make their own. Our passionate and dedicated housing development team will be working alongside the community to bring you something truly special. Our eyes and ears are always open to you as the journey home begins with you. Check back on the official WoW news site to get an eye on the blueprint for housing today. We can't wait for you to get your first look. So they're going to post a housing update. More info today. Looking forward to that. For those looking forward to Mop Classic, they're working on it. There's also more to come in Season of Discovery now that Karazhan Crypts is here with Phase 7 and Nax opens its doors soon. Kata Classic is still going, along with our fast-paced release cadence. Good. Where WoW is and where it's going. Embraced feedback, spent time reflecting. Few areas we want to improve on. We want to make WoW more approachable for anyone who wants to play. Exile's Reach was a while ago, but they're happy with that. The experience can be better. They're working on new improvements to streamline the new player experience. They'll be making some improvements in Midnight and the Last Titan to improve new and returning player experience. This will be a long-term ongoing journey. There's no quick fix, but they're there for it, so they are acknowledging that it's overwhelming to come back or start fresh, and they're working on it. UI and UX team has been going through steady changes and improvements to make improvements for everyone, so accessibility and played by different kinds of players. Things like delves, warbands, follower dungeons, and even housing teaches us a lot. More to come soon. And then an area that we want to double down on is our community. Gosh, why are these things always written like a preemptive apology? I think they have to be. Like, I don't think I could do it any different. But I feel like the relationship with people that talk about WoW online as a whole has gotten so adversarial that anytime that you post anything, you know, it's like 24 lines that sound like they're written by ChatGPT about reflecting and listening and conversation. And like, it's everything that people say they want to hear, but boy, it's boring to read. We just want to know what you have, you know, like, or at least I do. I don't really, yeah. We have a dedicated social initiative in the development team. Stands alongside other teams to provide solutions and features. For example, rewards for positive behavior, easier ways to connect with like-minded players, role-playing, and more. That's cool. Looking at improvements to how we connect in-game friends, group finder, better integration to common external social platforms that we know the community uses regularly. They're working on social projects now that we hope to be able to share more about in the next year. That's interesting, because that's a real problem that WoW struggles with, and I'm sure every game struggles with, because it's a human problem of how terribly people treat each other when they're anonymous and disposable, and how that turns people off of playing. But it's a really hard thing to design out. I feel like you're trying to design parent people, like you're trying to improve human behavior to make the game a better place to be via the design decisions, and I don't know how possible that is. I guess we'll find out. They're going to try. Connecting with like-minded players, I think, is huge, because I think where a lot of in-game problems between people come up is when people have different expectations and they're both trying to do the same thing. That's when you end up getting a lot of people flaming each other and feeling attacked, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, I hope they don't. I hope they don't touch the wasteland that Twitter is now with a 30-foot pole. KP Ranger, thank you for the 30-month resub. Common external social platforms. I don't even know what those are anymore. Instagram? I don't know. I don't know what people are using. I'm out of touch. Yeah, I want to know what they mean by rewards for positive behavior. Other games have done stuff like that. I don't know to what effect. But I'm curious to see what comes of this, basically. Yeah, Discord makes a lot of sense. Discord is good. One example, multi-looting ores and herbs. Yeah, we'll see what they're doing. They also so a lot of the speech was about making the game easier to come back to and to start up, which makes sense. That's something they should obviously do for the health of their game. They want to get, you can't just rely on people already playing. You have to get new people in or people back. So making that easier is good for them and for people coming back. They didn't really say anything about Classic. I'm excited about this. They're going to post more about housing today. That's what I got from this, is that they're going to post more about housing today, and that housing has its own dedicated team. Happy about that. That sounds promising. Yeah. All right. Let's try for these pants again, huh? They mentioned role players. Woo. Overwatch has an endorsement system. Does it work? Are Overwatch pugs not toxic in face of that? Glad they're looking to expand the idea of XL's reach to new player experiences. Yeah. Implement a mentor program. They have the beginnings of that kind of thing. No, but no rewards have been tied to it. Wouldn't know. I left voice and text chat in that game. Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious about basically how it goes, because I do agree they have a huge problem, especially nowadays. It used to be the case that gaming online was toxic, and that everybody kind of sort of, not everybody, but people either dealt with it or they didn't. And nowadays it seems like gaming is still toxic, although maybe a little less so, but the amount of people that are unwilling and unable to, rightfully so, just like take that fire hose of negativity and continue playing anyway, are much less. People are much less likely to put up with it, and people tend to, myself included, isolate ourselves manually and build barriers and avoid content and whatever it may be. The lucky people will end up just playing with their dedicated group of friends, and the unlucky people end up playing completely alone. More so than the past, where it felt like you just kind of dealt with it because that was what online gamers did, and you didn't want to be seen as like sensitive. Nowadays we're not so afraid of being seen as sensitive, which is good. Or difficulty. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Dismissing over here. But yeah, there's a huge problem. And maybe I'm more aware of it because I feel like our community is very much a lot of people that would like to play more, but they are anxious about dealing with toxic people. I'm one of them. I'm kind of queen of that. I used to get like shaky and like upset and like really upset when people would flame me in game. What am I doing? My pets are already dismissed. That's good. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna do this. Oh, too late. She's running. People do be endorsing them. Yeah, because the endorsement thing, the rewards for positive behavior, presumably positive behavior is a player voted thing, because how else are you going to identify socially positive behavior, for one? And because it's player determined, presumably, and I am kind of guessing here, if you tie really desirable rewards to it, you're going to have people metagaming and trying to cheese the system, which could potentially, ironically, result in some not very player-friendly behavior. But it's kind of, there's, you know, I'm sure they're aware of all of this. They're not stupid. So we'll see what they do. It's worth a try. AI could help in-game analyzing chat. You have to be careful because it can cause toxic positivity. Oh, man. Imagine people upvoting the one person who keeps it real. Yeah. Goes in the game and voice chat, though. I feel like you're not allowed to make mistakes in WoW. I feel ya. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that works. Court mandated. Wow. Everyone has to do their community service hours. You have to tutor new players and maintain a 4.5 or higher rating in order to earn your helpful bun pet. People are gonna be like, man, you suck, but I like you anyway. Sign me up. Maybe somebody in chat will know Cooper. I don't have a lot of Delve experience. I'm not sure.
4, 3, 2.
You get a bed for housing in 1,000 hours. Uber ratings and wow. Oh man. Yeah, it's hard. All the toxic experiences I have are group finder related. I mean, I'm just talking out of my butt because I don't have data or anything aside from feelings in a lot of these things. One feeling that I have is that your toxic experiences in game are usually kind of inversely related to the barriers of entry to doing the content. So if you have something that has a really low barrier to entry and basically anybody can get in, that is going to be kind of this paradox of it's the most accessible content, but it's also the most toxic content. Whereas the harder you make to get into something and the fewer people there are, the more you end up with this feeling of, A, those people might be more like-minded because they all pass those barriers to entry, so they might have a more similar outlook on the game or whatever. But also, like, when you get into small enough groups, you start getting some social responsibility because it starts to become a small world again, like it was back in Classic with servers and whatever. Tough one. Hazel, I don't believe sharkbait exists anymore. My 525th try. Also, no legs. Still no birdie. How rude of them. How dare they? A lot of the toxic is faceless, like declining people from a group. I think that might be a misapplication of toxic, though, and I think that might be part of the problem, is declining somebody from a group cannot be, like, is that toxic to not invite somebody? I feel like toxic is inviting them and then bullying them. You know, like there's also the other side of things where you cannot expect to get invited to everything, because if anybody, like, you can't, that's why I think it's good that they're going to try to connect and make it easier to find players that are playing with your same kind of expectations. I don't know. No one's entitled to having a group, you know. You can't just show up and expect that everything's going to happen for you. Who gets to decide what is or isn't toxic? Yeah, it's different for different people, and people will frequently take something, you know. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to think about my words, because I don't want to misspeak. But some people will think that not getting their way means that people are being mean to them. Whereas you're not always going to get your way, right? You have to manage your own expectations. Yeah, if you're constantly applying to groups and you're constantly getting declined, you're probably applying to the wrong groups. I don't know. I don't think I'm really qualified to speak about this. I haven't pugged a whole lot, especially as a DPS. Almost all of the pugging that I've done has been as a healer. But yeah, it's a complicated issue. We're gonna dismiss our pet when we get to the end of the hall. There's so many people applying to keys, the vast majority are gonna get declined. Yeah. Can't get rejected if you're the group leader. This is true. Dismissing a pet. Maybe there'd be more groups if they made tanking more fun. Is there a universally agreed upon definition of what makes tanking fun, though? You know, if you make tanking too easy, you make it boring. And if you make tanking too hard, you make it frustrating. Not being one shot, there you go. Yeah. It's burned out a few tanks that I know this season. I totally agree. It is totally way too frustrating right now. If you make tanking too easy, then you're not pulling enough. But is then the correct answer to make tanks super strong and then to go back to the big rinsey pulls, you know? Is that more fun than smaller pulls with more control over individual mobs? Yes? I don't think so. I think that when you have a pull with 14 mobs in it, and you don't really know what any one of them are doing, you're playing a different game. You're playing Diablo at that point. What's the point of having different types of trash mobs if you've just got 37 cast bars in the same thing? And if you're not making them cast, then you're just playing Diablo at that point. I think there's a middle ground. Yeah. I'm not saying there's a right answer or that I have the right answer. I just don't think it's a cut and dry thing. I know a lot of DPS really like the mega pull because they just want the big numbers.
You are persistent, don't you? Your ally here attempted to match his power inside.
Nefarious' corruption has taken hold.
Now he shall serve me
control
by
myself.
slaughtering you. Get up. destroy them.
I beg you, mortals, flee!
You don't lose tanks when tanks are strong, you lose healers because outgoing damage gets too crazy in big pulls.
Rages within my heart.
I'd be on board turning all trash mobs into formless slimes that explode. Yeah. Made the decision last night to swap my tank over to heals next season.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oops. I meant to go faster. I went right off the edge. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I don't think that the way it is now is as good as it's ever been. But, you know me. I play all the seasons. We deal. Slow is safe and safe is fast. Saw they put the recolored broom mounts in the store for real money? Yeah. I kind of figured that was what it was going to be because they match the colors of the shop outfit that they put on, or at least one of them does. I'm assuming based on the data mining I saw. Okay, so we're gonna do this and this. Can they put tender on it? How could they? They've done it before and they'll do it again. It's gross, but what are you going to do? You going to buy it or are you going to not buy it? It's really personal choice. I think the point where we were going to bully them into not doing that has kind of passed a long time ago. Nope. I hate that I'm getting myself teleported out to the entrance because that insinuates that I'm going to be doing this again next week. That chance to die with the Brutosaur? I think it was dead a long time before that. I want it and I hate it. You're right, I could start that group much earlier. So did every other storm mount. If not most. Rumor is that the storm mount killed StarCraft. The one celestial steed brought in more profit than all of StarCraft 2. Oy. Well. Look at another Chromidius. Out we go. Time to try again. There's a kitty cat here. She's not exactly sleeping, but she's warm. Hi. Do I want to... I'm not too worried about it. I'll clean out her bags when her bags get, like, unusably full. Leveling my Destro lock for the first time since Dragonflight. They changed it so much to me. It's really fun. Nice. Is Kitty comfy? Kitty, you comfy? Oh, she's sitting up. You gonna flip? Sometimes she likes to swap sides. Aw. Do you stress about taking breaks from WoW because of the nature of your work? That's an interesting question. I don't really take breaks from WoW. I kind of go through hot and cold phases with it where I'll play more or less. But I've always been perfectly content to play at least the stream amounts of WoW. I think I would be very stressed if I felt like I really wanted to quit WoW, because that would be effectively like quitting my job. I could pivot to making content about other things, but not to a rent-paying degree. Not right away. But also, I have lowered my content output to such a degree and still managed to kind of tread water that what I need to do to get by has become pretty manageable anyway. Like I've slacked off or taken a break or whatever it is for so long to such a degree that like it doesn't really I don't really need to play very much WoW to sustain what I'm doing, and as long as people are happy with it, then this works. Do you not take breaks from WoW because you're stressed about it though? Hard to say. I don't know. There's always something for me to do. There's always something that I enjoy doing in WoW. I think that if I wasn't streaming, I may have taken more breaks from the game, but also it would have been a bit of a shame because I wouldn't have been like my favorite friendships, and you know, my entire social life is doing like dungeons and raiding and WoW and whatnot. Come back for that one. Respect the grind. Brown outfit on your hunter is so cute. You like it? If you're happy with the way you've reinvested your time. I think that I reached a point where it wasn't really a question for me of like, should I keep grinding and producing this stuff or should I take a break? It was I cannot continue producing this stuff. It's just not happening. I got burnt out to a point where I would sit at my desk for 6.5, 8 hours well into the night and nothing would happen. And I just like, it would get a little worse every week and a little worse every week until I would just sit here and stare at it and cry. And it just wasn't coming out. It was like trying to turn on a faucet that had nothing in it anymore. It wasn't a question of, well, maybe I can still do it. It was like, this is not happening. This is just, I just need to accept that this isn't happening. And figure out what I'm going to do about it. You can't pour from an empty cup. It doesn't matter if you think your cup should or shouldn't be empty. If it's empty, it doesn't really matter how it happened. It doesn't really matter if other people can do more. It just matters of what you're going to do about yourself. WoW is a big enough game. You can do other activities, smog farming, seasonal stuff. I like that content here is sustainable. I appreciate that too. I really appreciate that whenever I felt like I needed to do something, whether it be taking a break or, you know, changing the content style or trying something different or playing a different game or, I don't know, cutting off all my hair or moving or whatever it is, whenever I've needed to do something, I've still had a stream to come back to, and that's been just an unbelievable lifeline in a lot of different ways. You know that feeling, and I still struggle with it? I've been feeling better, though. I've been starting to feel better. I'm still working on myself. I'm still working on myself. But I'm feeling good about the future. I don't think I'm ever going to be like a multi-billionaire content empire. I don't think content empire is my future. I would rather, even if I had the energy and the motivation to expand, I don't think it would necessarily be the best thing for the content. I think that there is something to be said for staying smaller and more modest and more independent. And it gives you more freedom to do what you feel is right and to make the content that you wanted to make in the first place. Leave empires to people that want them. Exactly, yeah. When I was younger, I got kind of caught up in this idea that if I could be more successful, I should do everything possible in pursuit of that. And I think that all of that work and effort did serve me well, and I learned a lot from it, but also I was kind of chasing a dream that wasn't really mine once I had like really dug down and analyzed what I actually wanted from life. What is all the fuzz about Hardcore Classic? Fuzz? Is it fuzzy? Is your resolution not good? Gotta clean the monitor. I need to clean my glasses. I've been thinking about it for days. I'm pretty sure my dog gave them a big old kiss. Boo. I don't actually know what the phrase "what is the fuzz" mean. I guess fuss, maybe. Maybe it's a cute way of saying fuss. Oh, everyone's playing it. Oh. They must be having fun. That's good. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. As far as I know, the mob skip doesn't work anymore. I tried it a couple weeks back, and they would not boot me. They would not boot me from close. They would not boot me from far. We really gave her. Start a group. But stealth lets you just walk right through it, which is nice. OnlyFans has become my guilty pleasure reality show. They would not boot me here or there. They would not boot me anywhere. All right, come on, Fire Mom. Please. One pair of pants. No. I will not be suspicious. This is what it is, reality TV. Listen, I understand. And a lot of it. I don't know if those pants are real. I didn't think I was going to have to make contingency plans for poor luck, but... Then with Sylvanas, now what? You celebrate. Make some cupcakes or something. Hi, kitty cat. How you doing? How you doing, Sugar Bean? Veritable soap opera at this point. I like reading about drama. I don't usually read about it too much within the WoW community, because the last thing I ever want to do is read my own name and then go no. I like being audience. I don't like being involved with anything. But you know, I like it when they're like harmless dramas that aren't about like anything too heavy or dark, you know? I like it when there's no crimes. I like it when there's no, you know, really gnarly ideology involved. Please know you are never mentioned. This is good. We appreciate this. What are we doing? We're doing this character. We've been here before, 3 days a week to Kara. But that was for a mount that was a 1%-ish drop rate. I should have a roughly 10% chance per run to get this. So the longer I don't get it, the more weird it is. Like, I get that you can have RNG outliers, but like... Oh man, the superstitions, it's coming for me. Gambler's fallacy. Listen, it'll definitely happen today, and then we can all move on. Hazel doesn't want you to know this simple transmog trick. Glad you didn't miss the pants. No, not yet. We're running hunters as we speak. We didn't get the Love is in the Air mount yet either, but we have been trying once a day. Have you tried deleting a pet before looting the boss? No. Maybe it's not super. Maybe they're just additions. Rigged. It's gonna be amazing if it drops. I think it's gonna be interesting to see as we go through all these old raids and dungeons, which ones decide to be real butts. Like which ones like go really fast and smooth and easy, and which ones have stuff like this that ends up being a sticking point, because it's totally random, right? Because I'm not gonna worry about ultra rares or BOEs or whatever. I'm not worried about zone drops. I have a zone drop provision in my Hazel rules. I think it's going to be interesting to see which ones come easy and which ones don't. Because it's the same thing with mount farming. If you farm every single mount in WoW, you're going to get some of them on like your 5th try, and you're going to get some of them on try 500. Yeah, generally speaking, that's how your distribution's usually going to work. AQ, a lot of walking, at least you can mount. I can't wait for AQ because I'm going to forget that I can mount, and we're going to have to go through the Hazel you can mount a million times. Make a note of these items, hang them in your house at midnight. Loot table size matters a lot, yeah. I don't think that, I mean, it's a 19 deep loot table on him, but he drops 2 pieces. It should be a 4.3% chance per drop, and he's giving me 2 pieces of loot. Quick to the terms of service. Just need a Hazel you can mount. What about an emote? It's just like a gnome on a horse. And then like a face palm. Maybe not a face palm. I might take that personally. Oh. They buffed the Mechagon figure collection thing? Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, we've gotten pretty good at running BWL. I was gonna say BRT, but we haven't messed with BRD yet. You know, this is going nicely. Oh, I'm a little cold. New emote in this stream? In this economy? Couldn't be true. 10:53. I should think about taking a break soon. Oh, I went way too early. Oh no! Oh no, I'm gonna run out. Well, we'll see. I used Cheetah and it didn't take me out. I wonder if Disengage will also not take me out. Oh, I'm gonna get taken out anyway. Okay, Disengage also. So you can use abilities in camo. That's good to know. I got 34 seconds. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. And I think I'm far enough ahead that they're not gonna catch me. Nice to know. Yeah, that you can cheat it during camo. I think that whole mistake was worthwhile because one, we made it through just fine, and secondly, I learned something. Alright. You got over 20 seconds left. Come on, Fire Ma. Nope. Not that time. Oh. Waiting on the housing news preview. It's supposed to get released today. I hope they release it on stream. I'd love to look at it. Also, I think I'm going to take this chance to take my break and be right back. BRB. Okie dokie. Next character. I shouldn't do it, but I'm wow heading these legs again. Leg guards. I think it's of the Fallen Crusader. Of the Fallen Crusader. Any new comments? Newest? No. The last time anybody wrote anything on Wowhead about these pants was 2016. Got the Love Witches Sweeper. Oh, congratulations. How many hunters we have left? We only have 2 hunters left, and then we're gonna be out of them. On to druids. Quick, everybody to Wowhead post them. I got them first try. I mean, no, I'm sure they've dropped. I hope they've dropped since then. I don't think it's gonna show me when the last recording of it was. I was screaming Fox back to lurk. Thank you very much. Just missing the dragon armor. What if they're broken? What if they were never real? What if it's a mistake in all the things? Although, Wowhead also would reflect that mistake if that was the case. Oh dear. Is there like a bunch of background noise for you guys? There's a bunch of construction going on the other side of this wall, but my microphone is facing this way, so maybe it's not picking it up too bad, I'm hoping. Fingers crossed, you know? Haven't noticed? Good. Delightful. That's what I want to hear. Uh-oh. I'm worried. It won't let me do it, and I don't have a pet. I don't have a pet! Oh dear, it's gonna kill me. Let me out of here. Oh no, disaster. Let's see. Maybe I shouldn't have killed it. That was kind of a reflex. I don't know what I thought I was going to accomplish. If you could kill it that way, then we wouldn't be doing the whole eggs thing. Zone in and see if maybe it wants to come back up. Hammer with headset on, not with speakers. Okay, that's good. It's not like there's anything I can do about it regardless. Still been too hesitant to try all the things. I worry the hole they would get on me if I really got into it. Gun's bigger than you are. Let's see if she wants to respawn. I'll give her a minute here. Oh no, yeah, there she is. Perfect. Okay. I don't have a pet up, so we'll just try this again. Yeah. Can someone just get these pants to drop for them just to, like, remind me, confirm to me that they do exist? It's a 10% chance. I'll see. Maybe this is the run. Flabby, as it turns out, did not actually get it last week. He was pretending to get it. I quizzed him about it later because I'm like, oh good, they do drop, and he's like, no. I was just linking them to you. Just crossed my mind. Toxic, not toxic is not clicking. Crossed my mind. The summon thing. I usually, if I don't click the summon thing, I'm just AFK. Like, I just got to the instance and then I decided to go grab a drink or like use the bathroom or something like that. Or I'm like, I don't know, scrolling something on my other monitor. I think usually that's just not paying attention. If somebody's like, I'm not summoning them because I ran here and they should too, then that's like an attitude. But like, I think usually someone's just not paying attention. Exact same, but with the warrior tier gloves that dropped from the curator in Kara. Oh. I will passive aggressively put markers on you and world markers in your spot if you don't click something. I think that's probably fair. Flabby has the worst time trying to get me to notice things that are going on in games. Anyone stomping comps this week? A potion for 15% more honor. How do you get it? This and now back to work. Gonna run Blackwing Lair for the heck of it. See if they'll drop. Auction house or make it? Gotcha. Did you and Moose enjoy the snow you got recently? Yeah, Moosey's so happy. We were throwing snowballs for him. He will like jump to try to catch the snowball and he'll bite it and then he'll be like, wait, where did it go? Also, why is my mouth cold?
5, 4, 3.
But then he does it again. Like, I think he likes it because he must have learned by now because he's a smart boy. He's a very smart doggy. He's so cute. I have a plaid bow tie on his collar right now because I put it on him. I don't know. I put it on his collar ages ago and I just haven't taken it off. And he's so cute. Sometimes it like gets turned around. It's supposed to be like a bow tie under his chin, but it gets turned around so that it's on the back of his neck and then he looks like a Christmas present. It looks like a little Canadian Christmas present because it's like a plaid bow tie on like an orange collar. Okay. We are going to camo and cheetah. Found it. Vicious Flask of Honor. It's a good tip. Good tip. Maybe this is the one. Today's the day. I think one of the reasons I don't want to start the group thing like halfway through the room is that I don't want to like, I don't know, lose my slow by auto running into something that attacks me or whatever. Apparently I have the transmog for the pants. Don't know when I acquired them. I'm sure they do drop. Listen, they're about to drop right now. Look. Da, 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 da. Darn it, I thought that would work. Oh well. Here's next. What if I upset my instances per hour? I actually don't know how we're doing on that. I don't have saved instances on. Next one for sure. I'm excited to vendor all this stuff. That'll be good. It'll also be fun when we get back to farming instances that are dropping transmog. We could do 2 runs of Molten Core on Shamans for chances at the illusion. Doesn't sound super good though. Prison of your own design. Still need to suck it up and get back to farming Dragon Soul. Yeah, I kind of thought I was going to get stuck once we got to instances that had like rotating bosses where you need to get the right boss up and then drop the thing. What is the raid that you're least looking forward to 100%ing? Probably Antorus, right? Because of A&R? Because even if you have the skip, A&R herself has Mog. And I'm just awful at doing that fight solo. I'm not even great at doing it with Flabby to help me. Heard they make a call to bank tech support, and she asked if I minded trying to use the Edge browser, and I'm like, yes, I kind of do mind. Be willing to pretend that A&R doesn't drop loot if that helps you. Found a YouTube video of DK doing it, figured it out. Yeah, I guess if we're doing it like all the time, we'll get good at it. Kind of like how this one was really annoying. This raid between the slow room and the egg thing was very annoying for a long time. And it doesn't bother me now. So maybe I'll just get better at it. Also, this one got nerfed. The egg cast used to be like a long cast for each one. That sucked back then. This isn't so bad. That fight's easier in normal and heroic. Okay. Yeah, but that's well, kind of a we'll get to it when we get to it sort of problem. Legion raids are a ways away. We gotta get through what? Classic, BC, Wrath, Kata, Mop, Wad before we even think about Legion, and that's a lot of raids and dungeons. There's gotta be something annoying like in the interim between now and then. I know there's fights with lots of RP. Legion raids are pretty nice because no tier sets. Always call in chat to help if you want. What Mog do you still need for Mop? Weapons? A couple of weapons?
Your ally here
But yeah, you're right. Mop won't take us very long, I'm hoping. Legion raids are disappointing because I like weapon mogs. It feels criminal to not play this hunter next patch.
Before I lose all sense of control, the black fire rages within my heart. I must release it.
Also, it feels criminal that her title is not Crashin' Thrashin'. There we go. Crashin' Thrashin' Boppin'.
Flame, death, destruction.
That's pretty good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm gonna rename this guy. I dub thee Zippy. Because he's my speed pit. What do they even want me to make with Elementum Ingots? Thunder Fury. Miss the Mountos. Imagine fighting A&R in Legion Remix and still having to do all the waves and everything. Gross. Miss the Mountoffs. It was a great anniversary event. I had a lot of fun. I feel like game sound has kind of tapped out here. Uh-oh. Maybe this raid doesn't have music. It is ambiance. Mm-hmm. Heading out. Have a great day. See you later, Mr. Sonic Jen. Okay, Fire Ma. One pair of legs, please. Rude. How dare they?
Watch your feet.
Why you got to be so rude? Song, man. It came on yesterday because I had a playlist on. I was trying to play grocery store pop. You know how you go shopping at grocery stores and they have the same playlist of like pop songs from the last like 30 years that just kind of like cycle over and over again? I wanted something kind of like that. So I was looking through Apple Music playlists trying to find one, and I put on something called Forever Hits, and that was one of the songs on it, was the I'm Gonna Marry Her Anyway song. And it's funny how, like, I think that it's almost a it was so popular, and it's kind of groovy. Like, it's kind of a jam, but it's like an almost universally disliked song in hindsight. And I don't know if it's just because the lyrics are silly, or like, I don't know. As far as I know, they didn't do anything else very popular. It's much better if you don't understand English. Last item, always the most painful. By a huge margin, apparently. My goodness. Well, we're out of hunters. But time to start running the druids. Is this my look? I don't remember putting on this helmet. Yeah, I agree. Some songs better if you don't understand the lyrics, or if you just never like paid attention to them. Can report the legs did not drop for me. Thank you for your service. Listen, they're about to drop for me. They're about to, for sure. For definitely. It's kind of shocking that it's getting to this point. I don't have an attempt count or anything, but it's getting a little batty. This item is not supposed to be this rare. They are plate legs. Leg guards of Fallen Crusader. Of the Fallen Crusader. They're a unique appearance, so I can't go get a lookalike anywhere. And we got Legacy Loot mode on, so they should drop for anybody. I'm looking, and I have them. They do exist. Listen, when we finally vendor all of these things for 1 to 4 gold each, we're gonna be rich. I had to make more pallets to run this for pants, just in case. It's like randomly a secret paladin only drop. It'll be funny if they do drop for Anthus.
Nefarious' corruption has taken hold.
Now he shall serve
Control
by
myself.
slaughtering you. Get up and destroy them.
I beg you, mortals, flee! flee before I lose all sense of control. The black fire rages within my heart. I must release it. Flame, death, destruction. Cower mortals before the
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Saga. This boss almost killed my guild back in the day. Alright. Isle's Archivist. Isle's Archivist. Strange title to have on. Although it does kind of remind me that I should do the big dig at some point. Maybe I'll take a break from Blackwing Lair to take my priest out to the other span and do it, because it'll be up in about 14 minutes. And if I was in danger of hitting instance cap per hour, I'm not sure if I am or not, but if I was, then that would buy me some time. Nope. No, like that time. Someone said earlier that they used to drop for ally only. Can't imagine that's the case anymore. Even if it was, probably 70 or 80% of my characters are alliance. Something unique about older models that new ones don't just capture? If they replace the models of Blackwing Lair with newer ones, it wouldn't feel the same. Yeah. I think it's partly... I agree with what Vefriel's saying about, like, the grit. And I also think that part of it is just the nostalgia. Like, these old models have lived in our in our minds for so many years, and we're so used to them that they've kind of taken on an aura of their own that new ones haven't really done. Feel that way about old mounts. I lost enthusiasm for mount collecting after I filled out my mount wish list from BC. Sometimes miss the art style of vanilla. I'm trying to think of if there was like a golden age of models in terms of mounts and pets. For me, when it would have been. Maybe BFA. BFA had a lot of... Oh, sorry, kitty cat. BFA had a lot of my favorite ones. Would go Legion. There's a review of Wrath, and they said Arthas looked like someone started designing him and never stopped. And I feel that with a lot of modern RPG designs. Does it feel kind of rare for these modern super huge games? Like WoW is an example of like just a big game that's had a lot of different talent over the years. For the art style of it to stop feeling very cohesive. I feel this way about some WoW models and Hearthstone cards as well, where it's like, I get that like the overall kind of cartoony art style of the game, it's not like they went Unreal Engine and like made it all hyper realistic or anything like that, but that the underlying artistic vibe or spirit is not particularly cohesive across the whole game in a way that has gotten worse with time.
Control myself.
Get up, and destroy them.
I remember when they started adding mounts like the sun-warmed fur line, which is cute, don't get me wrong, but the design of it very much looks like it would be more at home in Final Fantasy than here. That started, you know, some things just look out of place. It doesn't really bother me hyper much, but I do feel like the game's lost some cohesiveness over time.
3, 2, 1.
Like these new demon bears. Game old, very broad, most anything could fit. Hearthstone style stayed more consistent than other examples? Maybe? I don't know. Some of the new cards. You know what cards art really gets me in Hearthstone Battlegrounds is the Puddle Jumper, the Murloc that gets 4/4 whenever you pass it back and forth in Battleground duos. It just looks off. Something about the shading on the boots, it just looks weird. It almost looks computer generated or like AI generated, and I'm sure it's not. At least I'm hoping I'm sure it's not. But it does not really fit with the rest of it at all for me. That one card always gets me. But also it's fun to make it really big and then to get a big early game advantage, so I still play it. See the difference notably in Dragonflight. The dragon models, Dragonkin, had such a different vibe from the originals. I love those bears, or I like those bears. I was looking at the Azure World Chiller and thinking Vanilla would never have let this recolor happen. Especially with things like clutter and decorations, the world itself is cohesive, maybe individual mounts or armor sets feel off sometimes. I don't think I would crusade against it or anything. Especially when it comes to like outfits and armor sets, I like having weird and wacky and out there non-traditional armor sets. Whenever they add something like the dive suit, I'm usually pretty happy to get it and use it on one of my random alts. Premium custom stuff. Hyenas are another one. The updated ones are rounded and cartoony. The old ones looked scrungly. Scrungly. I know what you mean. I hereby decree that scrungly is the amalgam word for scrappy and gangly. I feel like those are the two words that went into it. Also, no pants. Never any pants. Speaking of BGs, my friend is running a duos tourney. You should come in case anyone else in chat is invited, as after stream doesn't conflict. Oh man. I don't know. I don't know about duos with stakes.
Watch your feet.
I'd never heard of the word before. I thought it was brand new. I found an afternoon streamer and they start their stream with a Wordle, and now I'm doing the Wordle again. The reason that I ever started doing connections was because of Crip. playing it on stream.
Many farewells.
Next thing you know, we'll start describing little things as squirt. Yay, Cracker, thank you for the 51-month resub. Very much appreciated. Glad to have you around. Oh, we're on to our last druid. I have my class list set up in such a way that the runs start really easy, and then they get grosser and grosser the farther down the list you get, because I'm hoping to get the pants to drop before I have to run like a slow character through Blackwing Lair. You know what, actually, I'm taking a break for the big dig, starting in 4 minutes in Azurspan. I want to do that once for the week, and we may as well do it now. But Petal Bloom is my next character to run through. I'm going to remember that. Petal Bloom's turn. I like this outfit. She's cute. I'm pretty sure you can wear the... Can you wear the love dresses? These particular dresses all year round, or are these dresses only for Love is in the Air? I appreciate that they let you hide pants now, so if you want to have the side cutouts show properly, you can. Those are all year? Hmm. I seem to only mog them during Love is in the Air. Like, I only think about them when the event's out. Never realized the sides of the dress go to mid-hip. It used to be that the best you could do was mog them with like a black mage weave leggings style pants, or take your pants completely off. But even the leggings, they would start. You would see them, the top of the thigh highs poke through the dress. Stormwind. Always loincloths? Those show on the hip side of it, though. So I'm glad that they let us hide pants, because it's crisis averted. Going to Dragonflight, and then flying. Not much. More than not. If I'm mogging a dress with a big hip cutout, the last thing I want to see is a furry loincloth poking out. That is not my vibe. Oh yeah, I need to remember that the priests can disperse through part of the slow room. Keep an eye on that. Oh, I have a great vault. Do I have a Dragonflight great vault? Or is it, can you pick up your War Within vault in Dragonflight? That would be very funny. I hadn't even thought of that. I'm guessing that's not what it is.
Everywhere I look, I see something that needs casual.
Realize that the Blood Troll set with hidden legs gives a striking
Do you think you can document along the river?
The black one matched perfectly shade-wise with the pants from one of the Venthyr sets. You can kind of hide that, but hiding pants definitely easier. And you know, people were saying that if they let us hide pants, you just have characters running around in their skivvies, but I haven't really seen it. I haven't really noticed any characters poo-bearing around. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places. Maybe I'm just not looking at other characters. That might be it. See a handful at times. Just Donald Ducking it for shame. Oh. Sometimes you'll be watching a movie and they'll portray a character as like hanging around at home just in their underpants, like on the couch watching movies or something. And I'm like, I get that you're home and being comfortable, and I get being lazy and sloppy. I am queen lazy and sloppy. But aren't you cold? Or maybe they're not cold. I would be cold. I would be very, very cold. Even in the summer, I would be cold. Alright, this should be starting any second now. The only time I've ever done the whole degen underwear gaming thing. It would need to be not just summer, but like heat wave summer. And even then, I don't know, I got shorts. Okay. This is going to be worth another 5k fragments. We're probably not going to buy anything this week, but because we bought something last week and we're slowly running out of things to buy. Got a shovel, mining pick, a gun, and then a hat. I think we're down to 4 things here. Wear shorts in the summer, not be cold, be freezing if my shoulders get cold any time of year. Wife and I in the heat of summer don't wear much, just the 2 of us anyway. Yeah. That's fair. I just chill. I chill so easily. The last couple of days with all this winter and snow and ice and stuff, I've had like a thermal base layer underneath my big, thick, chunky warm clothes. It's been great. Even now, my hands are kind of freezing. What I really should do, when I get up and I walk around midstream, but I should do like some, I don't know, jumping jacks or vinyasas or something just to warm up again. This may shock you, but in the shower, the water's hot. So it's not really a problem because the water's hot. Although I will say, I am a big fan of a big fluffy bathrobe that I can hang up right next to the shower. So as soon as I'm like out of the shower or like out of the shower and dry, I can immediately wrap up in the big fluffy bathrobe and like seal in that heat to kind of preserve it until you can get into clothes. It's much better. It's much better than trying to like get dressed quickly while still being like kind of half dry. The intermediary stage is very important to me. My biggest problem is that my big fluffy bathrobe is not actually very water absorbent. It's great at keeping you warm, but it's not very good at actually drying up any extra water on you. But I love it, so I'm not gonna replace it.
If you don't mind getting your hands dirty.
I just I have like an extra large towel, so I'll do that first. There's a lot of people here. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only person nuts enough. I'm a little worried about getting tags on the boss when it spawns, to be honest with you. 40 Celsius heat waves during weeks, 30 Celsius in the weekends for the last 5 through 6 weeks. Whereabouts is that? Is that southern US? Is that somewhere else? That's like ish. Mind you, don't dox yourself, but that's crazy. Australia? Australian Insomniac? Because it would be summer in Australia right now, right? House had a heat lamp in the bathroom, nice when you stepped out of the shower. Warm spotlight to stand in while you dried off. That is the best thing I've ever heard of. I would stand in that thing like an iguana. I would not be beating any allegations of being a lizard person. Perth, Western Australia. Yeah. Wow. That's tough. That sucks. I'm sorry. Summer here in Australia. I'm sorry about the heat and the schedule, because it must not be a very good time of day right now. It's 11:30 in the morning for me in the West Coast. Heat light lamp in my childhood house for after bathing? Really? Is this a thing? Can I have one? Can I, in my next house, can I, how much is this going to cost me? How much does it run in power? Grandma had one, was great. It's a thing! It's normal. Center ceiling, you turn it on when you step in the shower. By the time you're done, it would be nice and warm. That's incredible. I've never heard of that. This is like a timeline thing. Like I just slunked into the timeline that had people standing in heat lamps like ball pythons after their showers. I've seen them in hotels fairly often. I have never in my life heard of this. You guys are all pranking me. All of you are conspiring. You're all conspiring. You're all full of it. I don't believe you. Do I? My parents have one, doesn't work all that well. Why are we pranking Hazel? I don't know. They are a thingy in a few places I've lived. How have I never heard of this? Why am I upset about this? I had someone at a wedding outside because it was freezing. Somebody should have told me. Oh gosh. Why was this not in my weekly Hazel newsletter? It's like a bathroom and an easy bake oven having a baby. Have you checked your bathroom for a heat lamp? Listen. I think my bathroom's lucky that it has a shower. Oh, you guys are pranking me by all pretending that it's a perfectly normal thing to have a heat lamp in your bathroom so that you can step into it out of the shower like you're some kind of a large lizard. A secret organization that hides technology from Hazel. I'm very excited about this concept. Like putting on wet washing in the heat waves. Growing up, for the, like, one heat wave we would get in the summer, my mom had these, like, tubes. She sewed them herself. They were cloth cotton tubes, and they were filled with these pellets that would absorb water, and she would soak them in buckets of ice water, or she would soak them in water in the fridge, basically. And then during the heat wave, you would take one out of the fridge. It would be like dripping wet and like with cold water, and you would wrap it around your neck, or you would put it in your bra, or like whatever, you know, somewhere near your core, to help you cool down. And those worked really good. Yeah, like a space heater that dries your towels. That makes sense. You could Google this yourself after the big dick, of course. I want this for my next place. I would invest in a good one. That sounds amazing. Not popular, incredibly inefficient. Imagine having that and heated tiles. You only have it on for like 20 minutes. You dropped Evoker because you didn't want to be a lizard, and now you want to roleplay one IRL. Downside is where it's not separate from the fan, still on in the summer when you shower. Oh, yeah, no, that would be no good. Links get eaten. You can't link anything in chat. I remember the hospital used to have these like little warmer cupboards that they would keep the towels in, and that was like really nice. That was one of the nicest things that you could have on like one of the worst days of your life, was just like a really warm towel. Bathroom had 2 light switches, one for the heat lamp, one for the normal light. I'm gonna make a note of this. I don't know where in my brain. Hungry archivists.
Hello.
Are they a rich person thing? I guess it doesn't matter. Why are heated towel racks not a thing? I don't know. Every place I've been in has had a pretty big bent towards energy efficiency. Maybe it's just not very efficient. We did talk about warm toilet seats on here before. Those are divisive. I agree that they probably feel nice in the abstract, but in practice would make me feel like somebody had just been there. Towel warmers pretty much a universal in hospitals, such a simple win for comforting patients. Yeah, blankets, that's right. You're right. It is blankets and not necessarily towels. Well, I'm sure you could use it for towels too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Alright, so this is going to be finishing very shortly, and I want to make sure that I tag the boss. I'm going to actually move my button. Just wait for it to become hostile here. There we go, we get tagged it. Because there's so many people here, we actually got the like the different books and stuff. We'll see how many fragments we get here. So it's 5,000 for the weekly. And then we've got some tomes. Just different items that have the things. Always hard to tell if you got them all. Especially when you've got a bunch of other random stuff in your bags. But that puts us at 8,700. 8,700. So we can get another thing next week. That'll be good. Alright, I'm Googling this. Bathroom heat lamp. Home Depot. 2 to 6 day delivery. Recessed lighting kit. Unavailable in my area. Boo. That's so funny. That's so weird. The bulbs aren't very expensive. Just depends if you want to, like... Does anyone put heat lamps into bathrooms anymore? We put them in all our bathrooms. Had them in my old house. Couldn't see not having heat lamps. My boys love them. Alright, I'll get off gardenweb.com. Cool. Energy efficiency regs make them hard to get? Yeah, maybe. I could also go for just like a space heater that you just toggle on while you're showering that kind of like heats up your towel a little bit, and then I guess when you get out. It would really only be for the winter. But maybe I'm making more solution than I have problem. Alright, Petal Bloom was next on the list. This hat one is so comfy. Alright, come on, pants. Come on, fire mob. Free me. Free me from my prison. If you're quick on the draw here, then she doesn't run all the way over to you. Saves you a little bit of time. That's so funny that those are a thing. I've never heard of them. I did have one pseudo-relative that had like a heated tile floor in their home. In kind of a rural area up island, and I remember that was magical. That was amazing. Because normally if I'm walking, just in my home, I have the warmest socks possible and big, big slippers. I've always been a slippers person. I cannot just do socks or bare feet on floor. Even in the summer, I just get too cold. But if the floor is warm... If you eventually got it and wanted to take the reputation of your channel down a notch, you can make a short titled How I Got This Dragon to Drop His Pants. Addicted to those fleecy slipper socks? Dollar store ones are so much warmer. I recently restrained myself from purchasing a 4-pack of them at Canadian Tire because I told myself I didn't need them because I have enough warm socks. I got some like merino wool Costco ones instead, and they're nice, but they're not like thick and fluffy. Although I do have a thick fluffy pair of work socks. I should pull those out. Radiant flooring is the dream. Husband never understands why I'm so cold. Different people are just built differently. My fiance and I will go outside in the same weather wearing vastly different amounts of layers, and he's just a warm person. Canadian Tire sounds like a wonderland to me. Yeah, I mean it's your standard big corporation, but I think I feel the same way about shopping at Canadian Tire that a lot of people feel about shopping at Target, where it's just kind of fun to wander around. And that you can very easily end up with... It's just kind of a general store, so they have a lot of different things. 12 layers fiance shorts. Literally. Literally to the point where if he's wearing like sweatpants that go to the ankle, our neighbors will be like, what, no shorts today? Which is hopefully funny. Be fun to shop for so many things in a tire store. Yeah, they do sell tires, but not at that location. I think you have to go to the auto center if you actually want tires. Fiance. How does it feel to say that? Cute. Wear shorts if it's above freezing. Yeah. We just call them exothermic. But I got new mitts. I don't know why I'm saying this like anybody cares. I'm very happy about it. I finally got rid of my old ones that had like enormous holes from my dog chewing on them and also years of hard use when they were cheap Amazon garbage to begin with. But I got myself a new pair of mitts. They don't have like a flip top this time. My last pair had like a flip sort of like hood on them so that, and then they were fingerless underneath so that you could have your fingertips for stuff. And I thought I needed that for like getting dog bags apart, but it turns out I take the whole mitt off when I'm doing dog bags anyways. So it didn't really matter. And that extra level of having heat sealed in from not having the flippability, no luck.
Watch your feet.
Pretty major. They're pretty warm. Is he though? Does he radiate a lot of heat? He does. He really does. It's excellent when I'm really cold. Walking space heater. Yeah, he's pretty hot. Did you know the name of the guy in the Canadian Tire Money is Sandy McTire? There's a guy? Listen, I collect Canadian Tire Money like it's going out of business, but I do it on the app. I have like the card, and I have the phone app. I get my deals. I get all my dog treats and my cat food and everything when I can get extra points on pet products. Same thing with like my fishing stuff. I didn't know that there was a guy called Sandy McTire. Oh no. Hungry. Time is it? 11:47. We can do another 1 or 2 runs at this place. How is this not dropped yet? How? Are we out of druids? Is it rogue time? He's tired. One thing that I like about that store is that they allow dogs, or at least this location allows dogs. So Moose can go in and you can go around, you can go shopping. So we'll often bring Moose with us when we go. And he loves it. He loves shopping. He's actually very well behaved, relatively speaking, for a puppy in the store. Like, he wants to sniff everything, but he doesn't take stuff. He doesn't freak out about other dogs around, which is nice, because normally outside he wants to play with them, but he seems to get that in the store is not playtime. Like, he'll come with you and he just has the best time. But it's like really exciting for him, so whenever we get home, he needs a huge nap. You can pretty much take him shopping and then that's like his walk for the day because he was so excited when you were in the store. And then when we get home and Moose is like passing out, we're like, oh man, he's Canadian tired. And then if I'm tired after shopping, then I'm Canadian tired. It's a joke that would have gotten old if I didn't like it so much. What are we doing? We're going this way. Blade flurry. Good bit. Sometimes you have a stupid bit like that you're not willing to let it go. But yeah, I need to at some point make a list of all the businesses that will let me bring Moose in. Because I pretty much just do Canadian Tire and then pet stores. But I'm sure there's more, because he loves shopping. And it's fun bringing him in places. He's very well house trained. If we don't get the pants this week, will you move on? I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. I don't think so. We have to get them, right? Colorado very dog friendly. Most places let dogs in. Moose loves shopping at pet stores. I mean, I'm sure a lot of dogs do because like everything smells delicious and they usually have free treats at the counter that they'll give your dog. He is so cheesy when he is like mugging for the treats at the cash register. He turns into Mr. January. He goes and he'll zit, and if they want him to like stand up the counter, he'll just like like he has his routine worked out for them to bum treats off of staff in stores. The bow tie is very cute. But it's so funny because he'll be just like minding his own business and then he'll see the counter and he'll be like, oh, let me do this real quick. And he'll like he'll put on airs. It's very funny.
Your ally here attempted to match his power.
Too late, friends. Nefarious' corruption has taken
Now he shall serve
I cannot
by
control
slaughtering
myself.
Get up then, and destroy them.
I beg you, Holmes. Flee. Flee before I lose all sense of control. The black fire
Yeah, no groceries at CT.
I must release
They have like like candy and snacks and coffee pods, but I don't know. Buying food there feels weird. I don't do it.
flame, death, destruction. Cower mortals before the
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is this my last attempt? No, next attempt will be my last. Well, maybe this will be my last attempt if it just drops me the pants. Just getting bags and bags and bags of other stuff. This could be a great volunteer dog that visits folks in hospitals, nursing homes, cheered them up. You know, that's funny that you mentioned that. Not because I mean, maybe. He's a sweet boy. But a lot of his dog friends are people that want to get into that with their dogs. A lot of the puppies around his age, people are like, I think he would be really great for visiting hospice and nursing homes and whatnot. And they were looking to getting their dogs certified for that. And I agree, they have very sweet dogs. They would cheer anybody up. But it's like a very popular thing now, I suppose. Moose would maybe have a hard time with that because he doesn't want you to pet him. And people that see a friendly dog like Moose sometimes want to pet the dog. And Moose has weird boundaries in that he's like, I really want to meet you. I want to say hi. I want to sniff your hand, but don't pet me. And that's understandably weird for people to navigate because it's weird. It's fine. I don't mind him having that boundary. I try to explain it if we meet somebody that wants to meet him. It's like, yeah, he'd love to meet you. He's not going to let you pet him. He's not going to bite anybody that tries to pet him. He's just going to duck them. That's all. People just get worried they frightened him when he's just really good at the swoop. But yeah, he might run into some comfort dog issues there if somebody wants to cuddle the cuddly puppy. No luck there. Holy moly. Wrong pants. Ugh. I'm really lucky because he's my puppy. I get to cuddle the cuddly puppy. I do a thing that I call Moosey Guitar, where I'll kind of give him a hug. So I've got one arm like wrapped around his front, and I'll put the other one over his back, and then I'll rub his tummy with the strumming hand, and then I'll scritch his neck scruff with like the frets hand, and I'll be playing the Moosey Guitar. He likes that one. Did he not let you pet him, or did that develop over time? He was very wriggly when my partner and I would pet him when he was a puppy. I could do it, especially if he was tired, but he would be constantly trying to like bite you or just like wiggle out of it. He was not sure about us at first either. When you get to play guitar on stream. Moosey guitar, very important distinction. And then sometimes we do piano, we'll do Moosey chopsticks where I'll just pretend to play piano on his back with like scritches. Doot, 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 doot. And then he likes it when you sing to him. He's not spoiled at all. How does Moose feel to play compared to your trumpet? Less spit. There's less saliva involved. lately. Moose will sleep on the couch. I'll do one more run. And I will sit on the floor in front of the couch because we'll be playing Satisfactory or Hearthstone Battlegrounds or something. And he'll put his chin like up on my shoulder, or he'll put his paws on my shoulder while I'm sitting right in front of him, and then he'll just sleep like that. And it's very cute, but it kind of makes my arm fall asleep. Alright, last chance of the day, and then if it doesn't drop today, then we've got a few more characters to run tomorrow, but I am starting to get a little bit professionally concerned. It did not drop. If you get a freestanding house, Trumpet will have to come out eventually. That's a big if. That is a really big if. I really go back and forth. What are you farming right now? I'm looking for the leg guards of the Fallen Crusader. It's a pair of plate pants that drops in this instance. We haven't almost... We've really done our time on this one. I have 30 characters, and this is my 3rd week of running. And it's supposed to be roughly 10% chance of seeing those pants on any given day from the boss-ish. And then just it's getting kind of out of hand. Yeah, the list was empty because we were outside, exactly. I have mutes for the trumpet. I think there are more reasons than just noise that I don't play it. It's kind of a reminder of a tough time in my life. So I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe not. It's fine either way. Do you think I should like print out the tooltip and like put it on a dartboard? Not that I'm actually throwing darts. That doesn't sound like something I would do. Really cool instrument. It is a cool instrument. It needs some love. If I ever do bring it out again, I need to take it to a professional and give them some money to service it really properly. It's got a dent that needs taking out. It's, I'm sure, fairly tarnished. I haven't really been maintaining it. I have plate characters. I have all kinds of characters. The game shouldn't prioritize it for anybody. It's legacy loot. It should drop the same as anything. Everything else, all the other armor types drop evenly.
5, 4.
Would you even dare throwing darts in a rental? I don't think I would do it in a home I owned either. I don't think I'm throwing darts anywhere. Not a talented aimer. I am not. Lawn darts. Maybe that's the move. Got to try Friend's Cornet, could not figure out how to mouth that thing. Yeah, it definitely takes some practice to get started. I feel like most brass players have their first year characterized by big, exciting sounds that are not terribly well controlled. Throwing axe is where it's at, apparently. I've seen axe throwing as like a thing. There was an axe throwing like showcase or competition or something in town recently because I was like trying to figure out why all the parking was gone downtown, and I'm like, what's even going on today? And I like looked it up and there was like an axe throwing thing, and I'm like, that can't be it.
Watch your feet.
Come on, Fire Moth. One pair of legs, please. You can do it! Apparently you can't.
Watch your feet.
Well. What are you gonna do? We can try again tomorrow. I'll log off in a minute here. I'll see how many characters I have left to try. I didn't do my priest yet, so there's still that. That's crazy. That's so wild. World of Transmog Craft. For me right now, yeah. At least until the patch comes out. They haven't put out this news article yet, huh? Maybe they'll come out this afternoon. Maybe they're waiting for people to read the first one. August forever. It sounds like a jewelry commercial. Stats get squished. Mock is forever. Yeah, I've always viewed gear and power upgrades as kind of a just for this patch sort of thing. It's not like it ever lasts very long. I get what I need to get by, and then I go back to farm and mog. So I have characters remaining to farm this for the week. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 more characters, alright? Oh, the housing article just dropped? Hang on, I'm looking. It did! Alright, 2 minutes ago, right, just in time. We can read this before we go. Hang on, error 500, internal server error. Appears to be on fire. This is a funny image. Did we break it? Let me see. See if Wowhead has a copy of it. That's funny. I've never seen this before. No, they haven't posted it yet. Loaded on mine. I think the server's dying. Because I have the same URL that you do. Let's try taking the text out of it. There we go. All right. We've got it already. We've got it. Here. We'll read it. We'll read it together just in case you can't get in. Welcome home, adventurers. The construction of the new housing system in Azeroth is underway, and we're taking you behind the scenes to give you an early look at what the housing development team has been working on. Watch your step and don't mind the dust. Hard hats are not required. We're excited to kick off our first look at housing and share some philosophies and plans with you. First up, focusing on high-level design pillars, as well as talking about a few key areas of housing as we lay the foundation for future discussions. Hilarious. We have lots to cover, so let's jump in. When developing such a large new feature, it's useful to start by first defining its pillars. They help the development team get on the same page before we start building, as well as providing a guiding light when making decisions and identifying priorities. It's important to note that while these pillars are broad in scope by nature, they are not all-encompassing, and just because something is not mentioned in a pillar does not mean it's not important or isn't part of the feature. Alright. Sure, I'll turn down music. You don't like the hyper-dramatic. Diddle-diddle-diddle-doo. Our 3 pillars for housing. The first pillar is boundless self-expression. Our highest priority is to allow players to build a house that shows off their own personal tastes or their warbands, acts as a desired backdrop for role-playing, or just allows players to create something in a flight of fancy. The toolset should be easy enough for someone with no 3D experience to be comfortable with and use successfully. And it should also be powerful enough that players can surprise us with their creations or drill down to get the tiniest details just right. I like the sound of that. I was worried it wouldn't be customizable enough. I like the sound of that. The gamut of decor options spans not just the cultures of Azeroth, but many expansions of World of Warcraft as well. The second pillar is deeply social. World of Warcraft is more fun with other players, and housing should be no different. While players can enjoy housing purely on their own, good, systems are designed at a fundamental level to encourage interacting, playing, and progressing with friends, neighbors, guilds, and the wider community in a meaningful way. Alright. Third pillar, long-lasting journey. Housing is being built as an evergreen addition to the game. Thank you. With its own roadmap reaching across multiple patches and into future expansions. Thank you. Housing is not something that players should expect to finish, but instead continually look forward to the next housing release, be it new content or systems. This is a long-term commitment for us as developers and offers players rewards all along the way. Thank you. That was my number one thing that I wanted. Happy. One more important note. Even though it's not an explicit pillar, wide adoption is a primary consideration for us as well. Most players should want a house in Azeroth. And if a player wants a house in Azeroth, they can have a house in Azeroth. That makes it sound like they're not doing the insane thing of restricting supply, which is good. I don't think we seriously thought that they would. Furthermore, housing is being designed to scale with the player's interest. If someone wants to spend dozens of hours a week on their house, that's great. If they're only interested in coming and going once or twice a month, that's great too. Sounds good. Am I going to be a housing streamer? Zoning in on home. We've seen a lot of discussion and speculation from the community on where players will be able to have houses. We decided early on that there would be 2 housing zones available at launch, one for Alliance and one for Horde, with more possible places to live in the future. Alright. The Alliance zone takes inspiration from Elwyn Forest with touches of Westfall and Duskwood, and the Horde is inspired by Durotar, its coastline, and Ashara. There are 2 main reasons for this decision. Firstly, having many housing zones conflicts with the second pillar of designing a feature that is deeply social. In a world where players can live in many different zones, they become increasingly spread out, and even with aggressive sharding, the chance of seeing other players, much less interacting with them, drops quickly. And then secondly, putting it bluntly, zones are a lot of work. We'd much rather do a great job with a small number of zones than do a passable job on a large number, or come up with solutions that take the player out of the world into their own personal instance of a zone. Interesting. We chose these as our starting points because of how iconic they are for their respective factions and how much they feel like home to so many players already. Okay, we're excited for what we'll be able to accomplish with the 2 zones, and we'll be sharing more of what this means in future updates. I think that a lot of people wanted a lot of choice on this, and I think that I understand what they're saying here. I do think that there would have been no amount of choice that would have made everybody happy. The more options people gave, they would have given, the more options people would have wanted. Okay. Outfitting your home. Similarly, there have been discussions in the community on whether housing will be pay to play or win or not, along with other conversations around real-world money. We've been very aligned in our internal conversations that housing is designed to be primarily player first and not revenue first. Housing will offer hundreds and hundreds of decorations and house customizations via in-game rewards, but will also offer a smaller number of items in the cash shop as well. Shocking. This is comparable to how transmog and pets are currently handled in-game versus the shop. We want to allow players to have as many options as possible for creating their perfect home in Azeroth. Yeah. I kind of figured there was no world in which they were going to make it completely shop free. So we'll see. A home for everyone. As a part of our focus on wide adoption, we want to ensure that housing is available to everyone. If you want a house, you can have a house. No exorbitant requirements or high purchase costs, no lotteries, no owner's upkeep, and if your subscription lapses, don't worry, your house doesn't get repoed. Your houses are also shared among your warband, with your different characters being able to come and go as you see fit, so your orc character can hang out in your alliance house without a problem. So it sounds like you have different houses, but you can pick and choose which ones you're using. That's interesting. Housing rewards are also shared across your warband, so you'll be able to use, or maybe just get a horde and an alliance one. I don't know. Housing rewards are shared across warbands, so you'll be able to use your decor collection no matter which character earns it. That's good. Furthermore, it's not just warbands that cross faction lines, but friendships as well, so you'll be able to live in or visit your friends' or guildmates' houses and their neighborhoods with minimal restrictions regarding faction. So you cannot buy... Your human character cannot buy a horde house, but your troll character can, and then your human can use your horde house as if it were their own. It's kind of a weird distinction. Sure, fine. Will you be my neighbor? Before we go, we want to mention the concept of neighborhoods as a small tease. Houses are organized into roughly 50 plot neighborhoods. Pardon me. Letting players live next to each other, work together, and share in the rewards of being part of a neighborhood. Oh, good grief. Okay. Neighborhoods are instanced, but crucially also persistent, so your neighbors can be your neighbors for years to come or until one of you moves. That's so funny. Neighborhoods also come in 2 flavors. Public neighborhoods, which the game servers are responsible for creating as needed and maintaining, or private neighborhoods created by groups of friends or guilds to inhabit, progress, and customize together. So an individual player can have a house and a community can have a neighborhood. That's funny. Oh my goodness. I'm... That's excellent. That's so funny. Have to figure out how much I'm gonna charge for monthly strata payments. Guild block party. Neighborhood drama. Who's gonna start complaining about people on Nextdoor? Oh boy. This sounds amazing. I am so excited about this. I know I'm not like crying, but listen, I'm dehydrated. This is the coolest thing they've ever announced. I'm really... I think this was a lot of information, too. This answers a lot of questions that people had and were speculating about. That's so cool. Is that a mount stable in the concept art? I don't know. The neighborhood thing completely caught me by surprise. I thought for sure it was going to be individual instances. Crazy. All right, I need to sleep on it. I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow for a Thursday morning stream where we can try Blackwing Lair another 18 times and see if it wants to spit out the pants. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate the company, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.